What's up, everybody? Oh, I didn't update that. That son of a bitch. I already fucked up. How's it going, everyone? Stream Elements hopping on over there. I see that we get Eduardo over on YouTube, and then we got Vex and King Man Creator. Hello, everybody. Starting early tonight because I'm probably gonna shift my stream schedule back to like 11 o'clock instead of 2 a.m. So we will see how that goes. Really hoping for the best with that. It's more of just trying to get my my ass back in gear with some shit, and I've got the PC together, but this is a fucking story for you guys. I'm gonna wait a little bit so everyone can hop on in, but I will let you know how fun my past few days have been. They've been something. I'll put it as that. All right. Really? Wow. It's 1 a.m. for me. Okay. It's 1:45. All right. You're right. Normally I start at 2 a.m. and I go 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. usually. But I'm gonna be shifting it to 11 p.m. Might even go further back. Who knows? I'm just trying to like sort out my schedule now that I've got a PC that's working. Hopefully you're not hearing it in the background. You might. Who knows? Not me. I'm dumb. But,
Hi, it's me, the trash boy. I am a mouse girl in the VRC because
why the fuck not? So, my boy Hallow, he sent me a PC, right? But why not like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.? Because my house is very fucking loud. And I am not a daytime person. I am a nighttime person. I worked overnights for like 11 years, man. I've always been awake at night. I do not like being up during the day, and 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. is absolute dog shit for me. Plus my dog is loud as fuck, and she's incredibly fucking stupid. So she's just like, back at literally anything. My parents just never trained her.
they're like, oh, we trained her?
No, you taught it tricks. It's not trained. Your motherfucking dog would listen to you if it did. Alright, like, your dog's not trained. Your dog's stupid. And I live in the basement, and the dog always barks in the room that's directly above my room, because that's where the back door is. So, even with all like the sound dampening and everything I've got in my room, you still hear the bastard. Right. What do I do for work? This is my job. So, I mean, been doing this as my job for what, like 3.5 years now? I mean, my viewership has really fallen off once I stopped playing VRChat for a while, but you know what? VR should be here hopefully tomorrow. So, I have a lot to tell you guys, though. My boy Hallow, right, Halloween Terror, he also goes by Pumpkin Jack. He sent me a PC in the mail. He was like, alright man, I'm gonna send you this gaming PC, you're gonna get your shit together, because then you'll be able to do dual PC, because your PC is fucked, but you can like work on it, make it into a streaming PC, and then you can have this one for gaming. And I was like, bet, we're gonna be doing this. I thought you were streaming yesterday. I was supposed to. I'm not gonna lie to you, I laid down for a nap, because Gecky ordered me some McDonald's, and I ate the 6 burgers all within like 2 minutes, and I hadn't ate really anything in 3 days. So my body immediately went into, food coma. And I was like, all right, cool, I'll take a nap. 12 hours later, I woke up and went, oh, fuck. And then I laid back down for another 4 hours. Because your boy is, your boy's a little, like, exhausted, all right? But I'll get into that, but I need to talk about the computer thing, all right? So he sends a PC. He was like, all it needs is a graphics card and some hard drives. I was like, I'm just gonna take a hard drive, some of the hard drives out of my main PC, and I've got another SSD that's just chilling there, and I'll toss those into it. And I've got a spare graphics card that it was my 1050 Ti, because I was given the 970 by Skynet. So I have the 970 in this PC, and then I was like, I'll just put the 1050 Ti, because my boy, the one, so he's gonna send me his 2070. Once he gets a 3070, he just got a 3070. He's gonna be sending that shortly. I can run with the 1050 Ti for a bit. So I was like, all right, bet. That way I don't need to swap everything constantly. This would be dope. You know, the 970 is gonna be better than the 1050 Ti for, you know, just as a streaming PC. So PC gets here, and Hallow asked me when it arrives, take pictures of the box. When you open it, take pictures of it as you open it, right? And I was like, all right, cool. I did that because he took pictures beforehand. I sent it to him and he's like, that is not how I fucking packaged that. And I was like, oh, really? That's probably not good because the power cord was left in the PC. PC was also supposed to arrive with anywhere from like 3 to 7 days, business days. It took like a month. Yeah, it got stuck at customs. Well, if a computer doesn't have a GPU, but it has onboard, no big deal. But if a computer doesn't have any drives, depending how the BIOS is set up, it will boot loop constantly until it picks up an operating system. Well, customs must have been like, oh, let's see, it's a PC. Tariffs in Canada on electronics, shit's super pricey. All right. So they turn it on, and they must have left it on, and on, and on. And I played around with this thing for about, I want to say about 6-7 hours before I finally fucking gave up on it. All right. They fried the motherboard on the brand new PC I just got because it worked when he left it or sent it because this was his gaming PC. He needed an excuse to upgrade. So I was just like, all right, cool. I get like a new PC. So I was like, are you fucking serious? Are you for real right now? Customs fucked my brand new PC. It's not brand new, but it's brand new to me, right? So I'm like, aight, what are we gonna do? Well, I even I deep cleaned the motherfucker, even though it was already clean when he sent it, because he just cleaned it all up before he sent it, right? Customs left the power cord in the back of the PC. That was bent at a stupid angle when it arrived. So that was cool. Luckily, that still worked. I was like, great, power supply is not fucked. Troubleshooted it, tested all the parts. Every part works but the motherboard. So I was like, all right, motherboard's fucked. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna gut both PCs, deep clean everything, and then mash it together. The downside, my quote-unquote current PC that I had, what CPU does it have? Intel or AMD? I'm about to get into that. So my main computer that I already had is an Intel. It has an i7-7700. Now this one had Ryzen, okay? AMD and Intel are not compatible. But you know what is compatible? All of the RAM. The, fucking... What else did I fucking take out of it? I took the case. I took all the fans. I was like, I'm gonna upgrade this motherfucker the best I can, right? I took my actual shit. I have an AMD board I can send you. Banana, talk to Theo. Straight up, talk to Theo. All right. He has something. This is more I'm gonna get into, but like, if you want to, message Theo. If not, wait around for a minute and you'll hear. So you hate AMD, then you don't understand PCs. I'm sorry, homie. AMD is significantly better than Intel. This is not 2015 anymore. All right. So I was like, I'm gonna gut both these motherfuckers. Take the new case. Take the power supply that's in that one that's stronger than my current one because I'm running a 650. This one's an 850. I was like, I bet. All right. So upgraded the power supply. Added 16 gigs of RAM. I really got to turn down that fucking thing because that just hurt my ears. So I'm like, all right, fucking better power supply. I now have 32 gigs of RAM in my PC, so yeet. And people are like, oh, but you can't take 2 different types of RAM. Fuck you, I've always been able to do it and never had a problem. All right. So I was like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. I've upgraded it all. I've mashed it all together. I made a fucking Frankenstein out of this bitch. AMD processor for laptops. Who the fuck uses laptops? I'm talking about a gaming PC, not a laptop. Laptops, itty bitty, alright? So, I'm like, alright, I got this fucking Frankenstein bitch over here. It's got blue lights in it. On my other PC, it was red, right? I don't mind either way. I left the red fans that were in there, so now it's kind of like a purplish pink, right? So, I was like, yeah, Vex and Cat both use laptops as well. So I was like, alright, I got this motherfucker. And now I was like, now I finally finished building this. And my room was a complete fucking disaster. It got to the point where I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna lay down on my bed. Oh wait, I can't. There's too much shit on my bed. So there was like a fucking like 1.5 foot wide gap at the back of my bed because it's a queen size bed. I didn't toss shit that far. I was like, alright, that's where I'm sleeping. And I slept in this little fucking crevasse. Alright. That was where I slept that night. And I got up the next day and went, I don't want to fucking touch none of this. So I was like, you know what we're gonna do? I gotta fucking I didn't even test to make sure the PC worked, by the way. I threw it all together and was like, all right, oh, I tossed my 1050 Ti and the 970 into it. Yeah, the 850 power supply, not strong enough for that. So I had to swap back to having my GT 630 in there. instead of the 1050 Ti, but whatever. So, can't imagine he uses laptops, right? Like, it's not like most of my fucking viewership does. So I'm like, alright, I got this motherfucker. I don't know if it works. It's put together. In theory, it should work. I'm like, alright, cool. So I start cleaning up my room. I start taking some stuff and adding shit together. I travel a lot. That's why I use gaming laptops. That is fair. I still would rather just not use, like, okay, I have a gaming laptop literally to my left. This thing does not get touched. It is my backup in case like everything goes wrong. All right, because it's really not that great. It's better than nothing, but it's not that grand. All right, so it was good for playing Halo for a little bit when I was going to see this one chick and went over to her place and she would go to bed and I just started playing Halo on it. That's about it. All right, so I'm like, all right, got this PC. I don't know if it works. It's together. Start cleaning up my room. Start organizing some stuff. And I was like, all right, I need to raise my desk to a standing height because I have an old school manual like crank fucking with an 8mm socket school desk. All right, like ones that you get in like your science lab. All right, the downside is I'm not a child. I'm also not a teenager. I am 6 foot. This thing doesn't quite go high enough. It's enough that I'm standing right now. I'm standing at the moment. Okay, but it is like 2.5, 3.5 inches too short. All right, for me to be comfortably standing. So I was like, you know what? That's fine. No big deal. I ain't gonna complain too much. I got it at a standing height. My chair goes high enough that I don't need to, like, it might as well just be seated, you know, like that's sitting height is still the same as standing height for that. So I was like, all right, cool. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take some 4x4s and I'm gonna go underneath my desk and I'm gonna turtle this bitch. It's gonna be on my back. I'm gonna be like a fucking Koopa Troopa, all right? But I'm gonna need to like lift my desk, which has 3 monitors, a boom arm, a monitor mount that holds all 3 monitors, and the monitor mount itself is like 40 something pounds. My PC on it, a ring light, and you know, all my peripherals, right? So I'm gonna need to like go underneath this desk, turtle it on my back, kind of like straighten up, right, a little bit to try and lift it up, just so it's high enough that I can have somebody else put the 4x4s under the legs, because it's like 2 legs with like the really wide, long feet that go front to back, all right? So I just need to have 4x4s that are large enough for that. However, I took out the center support beam on this thing, meaning that they're gonna need to make sure those line up perfectly as I go back down. Otherwise, I lose my fucking desk and everything on it, all right? So, haven't quite done that yet. Just take everything up. No, fuck that. Fuck that. The cable management that is done on this desk, fuck that. Nothing is coming off this desk, all right? This is how it is and this is how it's staying, all right? Fuck that. I spent fucking 3 hours doing cable management, wrapping shit. Nah, nothing is coming off this desk, all right? Fuck that noise. So, I'm gonna turtle this bitch and lift it. I haven't done that yet. So I get the desk to the height I need, right? I haven't done the wood under it yet, but you know, cut the foam, and then I realized afterwards it's just a little bit too short, so I'm gonna need to do that. So I'm gonna need to cut all my foam again so it's to the right height. But I was like, all right, cool. I got my room cleaned up. I started making stuff like pretty behind me, you know. I got my bed all made and everything. I got my chair off to the side. I've taken my guitars out of the room, and I'm like, all right, those are gonna be out there. I turn on the PC. PC doesn't start. Well, it starts, but it doesn't do anything. I'm like, there's absolutely no fucking way. And that's when I thought about it, like, when I swapped from the 1050 Ti to the 970, I had problems. So adding both is probably gonna add a problem. So I took out the 1050 Ti because the 970 is significantly stronger, and I tossed in the GT630. And I was like, all right, let's see. Okay, she boots. Why the fuck doesn't my keyboard and mouse work? My mouse and keyboard are Amazon brand. They're Havit, all right? H-A-V-I-T. They're Havit dual combo brand bullshit. And I was like, all right. Well, I know they're both dying. So here's what we're gonna try and do. I've got a spare keyboard. We're gonna take that, and it's an old school keyboard. I mean, this is like an HP meant for your workplace keyboard that plugs in using like optical, all right? The little purple and green fucking input that most PCs don't even have anymore. I looked at my motherboard, I was like, this motherfucker does have it. This is amazing. Luckily, I put that in. This is like the best fucking keyboard ever, all right? Like, I don't care about my gaming shit now, but like, here, I'm gonna start typing. Do you hear me typing? Do you hear me typing at all? Like, do you hear this? I bet you probably don't hear me typing right now. You know why? It's because this is a membrane keyboard. Now, I don't normally like membrane keyboards, but this one, it feels nice. Okay, it feels nice. It has all these buttons on the side of it. Extra buttons. I have mute buttons. I have like volume buttons. I have pause and play buttons. I have a bring up a fucking internet window button, right? I was like, this is great. Like, why doesn't my gaming PC or gaming keyboard have this? So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do it. Also, I just realized that VRChat is not recognizing that I am talking. So let's go to my sound settings. Cause yeah, if any of the audio is fucked up, you'll have to know why is well, my oh, is it working now? Okay, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Cool. All right. Yep. So I've obviously everything got fucked, right? You heard it, bullshit. You heard it, BB. I'm calling bullshit on that. There is absolutely no way in hell you heard that. No, you don't hear that at all. You fucking lying bastard. So I was like, all right, I got this keyboard, and it worked. And then I was like, I gotta grab my other dollar store gaming mouse, right? Literally, it says gaming mouse. It feels like absolute dog shit, but it's good. And it was a very faint clacking sound. All right, well, you know what? Shut up. It's better than it was with the click that my old fucking my blues, you know, my blue whatever they are, the ones that I had. Nah, fucking those are clickety as motherfucker. And like I like a clicky keyboard, but not when I'm streaming. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn that down while I'm thinking of it. Oh, not the right thing to tab into. Oh fuck! I have to wait for it to pop back up. But the keyboard ASMR. Fuck your keyboard ASMR. Go somewhere else. Next time someone tries to catch that Pokemon, I gotta fix this audio because it's way too fucking loud. Even in my TikToks, it's way too loud. So someone toss a Pokeball as soon as you can. I got super hearing, my dude. Fuck you, baby. Alright. Somebody toss a Pokeball once you can. Vex, of course you've already got it. Don't even try. Who tried to try and catch the Tentacruel? Come on, fool. It's interrupting story time. Come on, come on. Where the fuck is it? It's only there for a second? What the fuck? I can't get it that quick. Alright. Whatever. Okay. So as I was saying, I put all this shit together. I'm like, alright. My keyboard didn't work, and I was like, fuck, my mouse didn't work. I had my dollar store mouse, and I was like, okay, this works in a pinch, but then I realized, well, normally my keyboard and mouse are plugged right into my monitor, because my monitor has a 92% cute today.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That is amazing. Alright. It's 65. You know what, Vex? That's good enough. So I was like, alright, well, maybe it's that, right? Nope, they wouldn't work when they plugged them into anything. I was like, alright, well, fuck it. I got my optical fucking keyboard that's the membrane one. Dope. I've got my dollar store one. That's absolute fucking dog shit, but dope. And then I was sitting there, I was like, wait. What if I try and plug this into like a different port, like my USB hub instead, right? Didn't work. 11% cute. Damn, cat, you damn near ugly today. That didn't end up working. And I was like, well, shit. 2 out of 10 gamer, get fucked, nerd. So I was like, all right, well, it works when it's plugged directly into the back of my PC. And I was like, okay. Then I was sitting there and I was like, well, now that I've turned off and I've updated some things on my computer and, you know, things are working. I was like, what if I take my other keyboard and mouse and try it again? Keyboard didn't work, but the mouse did. And I was like, well, there's no way they would have died at the same time. So I've now got my gaming mouse, which is still an absolute fucking dog shit Death Adder knockoff. But you know what? It's better than the dollar store one. So I was like, all right, cool. I've got that. I've got these working. And now that I've got my PC working. It's all good. It's pretty. Everything's beautiful, and I'm happy. I've just gotta get my desk elevated ever so slightly more. Everything is set nice, and we will be absolutely fucking Gucci. All right, there is so much shit that I have to do, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm talking with my buddy Theo, the 1119977. I'm talking with him. Do I have a drone? I do not. So I'm talking with Theo, and he was like, guess what I got? And I was like, what? And he was like, I got the 3070 finally. And I was like, dope. And he's like, send you that 2070. However, I have like 90% of a computer. All it needs is a case and a motherboard. And I was like, oh, what type of chipset? And he's like, AMD. And I was like, oh shit, that's why I said banana. Stick around or talk to Theo. So he is thinking that he might just go out and grab a motherboard and like a bare bones type case and just build the fucking PC, and then he's gonna send it to me as 4 repairs and just not plug in the front panel. And if it's a modular power supply, I'm not sure if it is or not, he's not gonna have that plugged in. Ta-da, customs can't fuck the board. All right, they can't fuck up the computer. And the cost of coming into the country, because it says 4 repairs, electronics that are functioning electronics do not work. They don't go as bad when it comes to pricing. So he was like, I'm gonna send you that. And I was like, I love you. So Banana, if you want to get on board with that, because you have a board, you know, he might, I didn't even mean to make that pun. He might be interested, because that saves money and everything, and things go quicker. So that's pretty fucking dope. But he already sent me VR, and I was expecting, you know, just like his old, I think it's like an Oculus or an HTC, I don't remember what it is. I think it's an Oculus. He was sending me his old one, because he got the Valve Index. He goes, oh, I also added something extra for you. I was like, what is that? And he goes, full body VR. And I was like, I'm fucking sorry, huh? He goes, yeah, it's my old one. And I was like, oh, okay. So your boy's gonna go from like, hey, look at me, I'm a desktop user, to having full body VR as my first experience of VR. And this is gonna be quite the change, and that's supposed to arrive tomorrow. Now the 970 says that it is good for VR. The board's on board apparently is good enough for VR. And I'm like, I doubt that part, but you know, if it is, cool. So I was like, well, he's gonna end up sending me the 2070. Can I just change this one into my stream PC and then that one as my like gaming PC, and I'll have it set up that way, and then I just don't even need to worry about some bullshit, and then I'll be like, oh my god, your boy doesn't, like, I don't really need dual PC setup if you got a 2070, but I might as well. So why the fuck not? Because it gives me more options to do more things. So I was like, bro, this is gonna be great. Your boy's gonna have major upgrades. And you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go and we're gonna do a little hip sway dancing in fucking VR streams, and we're gonna pretend that we're an e-girl, and we're gonna make all of the guap. Drop the dash, baby. All right. So I'll just be sitting there, and we'll just like, we'll have like dumb streams like this where I'm just shooting the shit, telling you guys what's going on in my life. You know, everything is great and dandy, but
then we could just talk like this, and we'll have like super fun streams dancing. Like, wouldn't you guys love that?
You know, like, because now that my room is a little more cleaner, because I worked on some shit, I'm also going to take my side desk, my little altar desk, you know. I got to add some wheels to the bottom of it, because it should probably work once I've got the desk elevated higher. And I'm going to chuck that underneath my desk, and I've got even more room. The only downside is I have a shelf that comes out about like 2.5 feet into this area, so I might end up fucking losing an eye. No, I can't even lose an eye. I'd be using VR. I might hit myself in the temple and die on stream, but you know, it'd be funny. Get your girl voice ready.
You really want me to? I could do that.
Yeah, it is not warmed up at all. I haven't done no vocal bullshit in a while. All right.
Seamus, what's up?
So, but here's the reason why I didn't stream last night, okay? So, again, as I said, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐭 sent me some food because he found out that it's kind of sussy. I was just about to do it again, but nah, fuck it. I'm gonna get in my story, all right? He sent me some food because he was like, motherfucker hasn't ate in 3 days. And I'm like, hey, no big deal. Dab on him. I just dab, pretending I thought I was on camera. I'm standing. Okay, the only time I ever stand when I'm streaming before was when I had my webcam on. So I'm gonna keep doing that until I end up... I'll get used to it, all right? Like, I wasn't tabbed into it. Fuck. You guys saw that. I went to go for it because the cop Pokemon, it lasted longer. I could have turned it down. Whatever. No big deal. But whatever, I dabbed. No big deal. Okay. So, I didn't really eat for 3 days. 2 of those days was me working on this computer and my room, tearing shit apart, cable management, building a PC, fucking setting everything up, moving stuff around, having a grand old time. And then yesterday, I woke up, got a text message from my brother. I don't know why those are on there. Does it have screen capture instead of game capture? No, it's not supposed to pick those up. That is odd. It is not supposed to do that. Huh. Weird. Alright, well, you guys know who's online, I guess. So, I woke up, got a text message from my brother, and he was like, hey, the neighbor needs you to go and do something, right? And I was like, alright, yeah, because I've told my neighbor, if you ever need anything, just come grab me, right? He was like, yeah, it's just no rush, but, you know, they just need a hand moving some shit. And, did you hear about the scientist who's a lab partners with a pot of boiling water? He had a very esteemed colleague. So. Shit, now everyone knows I'm on VRChat, fuck. So, I'm like, alright, I get up. I'm like, is it important? And he's like, no, they're not in a rush. I was like, alright, cool. So I get up, I put on some clothes, I step outside, I've got an energy drink. And, I'm like, alright. This is go help the neighbor. Start helping the neighbor. And she goes, oh, like, cause I just need to move some plants for her, you know, like they're potted plants. And I was like, all right, I got you. So I moved them. I put them where they need to go. She goes, did you want a job? And I was like, yeah, it depends. What is it? And she was just like, I need this area over here leveled and like dug out and leveled, right? Cause they were doing some cement work and like the type of machine thing they were using, dug some big trenches in their yard. And I was like, yeah, I could do that, right? So she's like, all right, well, how much do you want for it? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, how much do you want to get paid? I was like, you're a neighbor. I'm just helping. Like, no big deal. All right, she's like, no, I'll pay you for it. I was like, don't fucking worry about it. Like, you're neighbors. Like, you help us out, we help you out. That's just, we're neighbors, you know? Like, we help each other. That's what happens. She's like, well, would you do it for like 30 bucks? I was like, I can see I'm not gonna win this argument, so sure. You know, I'll do it for 30 bucks. It's gonna be about like fucking 10 hours of digging, by the way. But I was like, yeah, sure. All right, she's like, no rush on it. Do it at your leisure, right? And I was like, all right, cool. So I got a third of it done in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe longer. And she's like, no, it must have been about 3 hours thinking about it. But I was just like, all right. So I'm digging all that out, doing it. I just woke up. I've had like 3 sips of my energy drink and like 1 smoke. And I'm already doing yard work. And then she's like, oh, okay. And then I was like, all right, is that good for now? Like I already took that part, leveled it, made it all look all nice. She's like, yeah, yeah. So I started helping with some other shit and some other shit. And then I ended up going home and then I need to move some more shit. And I was like, man, I'm just gonna go drink that energy drink. I fucking need it. It's the only one I've got. So I was fucked, right? But I was like, all right, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm exhausted. I've barely slept the past 3 days. I haven't eaten 3 days. I was like, I'm just dead, right? So when Gecky gave me those burgers, I hoovered 6 McDonald's burgers, all right? 3 junior chickens, 3 hamburgers. You take the bottom bun off one of the junior chickens, you slap the hamburger onto it, you eat it as one big burger, all right? You eat the bun first, obviously, like that bottom bun. And then I eat it all. I hoovered those 6 burgers in like 2 minutes, and I was like, instant food coma. Your boy is dead. Like, I'm like, oh God. And I was like, I was gonna lay down for a nap. And then I laid down and I woke up 12 hours later. And then I was like, I don't feel too great. And I went back to sleep for like another 3-4 hours. So, I'm not doing grand, but I'm pretty well rested-ish now. I felt really ill because I slept more than 3 hours. More than 4 hours, but you know, 3 hours would be good. And I was like, yep, well, I guess I missed my stream. But, Tammy, welcome. I am literally staring in front of a mirror at the moment, just telling people how my life has been the past few days, because it's been incredibly fucking hectic. So, but welcome. Don't mind that I'm a dumbass, okay? You'll enjoy it. So that was why I missed stream last night, because I was like, I'm not too grand. Like I don't feel too good. I slept through the whole thing. I didn't realize how exhausted my body was. So I'm alive. We're streaming today. I figured I'd stream early. We normally stream we start 45 minutes from now. Oh, YouTube, Twitch is saying hello to you. You gotta say hi back. You can see it on screen on the left side. So yeah, it was that's why I missed stream last night. And also why you know, I haven't been streaming a lot lately, because I finally got that computer and it was fucked. But you know what, your boy's here. I got an energy drink. I've actually got 3, but I'm hoping to save the other 2 for tomorrow. But worst case, we stream all fucking night, my dudes. I don't fucking know. Let's just have a good time. All right? What the fuck is that? What the shit? 1 second. That is disgusting looking. There's a giant fucking centipede on my wall. Get off my phone, piece of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love centipedes, but house centipedes are just ugly. But nah, like this thing was literally almost the size of my hand. That is too big for a house centipede, man. I did not like that. Did I kill it? Yeah, I just murderized his ass. I was like, where the fuck's the napkins? I gotta find my napkins. Cause I'm a gamer, all right? I gotta have tissue by my desk. Not really, I just keep napkins on my desk in case I spill like my energy drink. And I'm like, ah, shit. So I just had to reach and find them because I moved everything on my desk. So throw it outside. Nah, bitch got crushed. He was on foam. How am I supposed to handle that and take it outside? I am in a basement. I am like a 2.5 minute walk to the outdoors with my lazy ass, all right? No way I'm taking a house at it. Like he lives in the house, he dies in the house, all right? That's what happens. Homie, just gone, all right? Murderized. There's more of them. Normally, I'm like, yeah, house centipede, I don't mind you. You eat flies, you eat mosquitoes, you eat spiders, you eat silverfish. I don't mind you. Just stay on the fucking floor. Stay off my fucking foam, all right? Because knowing his dumb ass, he would have climbed all the way up the foam. He would have gone onto the foam onto the roof, because I have acoustic foam on all my walls. I have like EVA foam and then acoustic foam on top of that. But he would have got on the roof, and then he'd have fallen right on my fucking schnoz, all right? And I'd have panicked, I'd have punched something like my fucking monitor, and I'd have been upset, all right? So it would have been a no bueno situation, okay? What's up, Micah? How you doing, homie? So yeah, he's dead now. He just got crushed. And yeah, now we vibing. Now we vibing. But yeah, so I'm hoping the package arrives tomorrow, and then I will have VR, and we could do some VR. I'm also thinking, here's my plan. All right. Streams starting at 11 p.m. instead of 2 a.m. All right. Even though, you know, we started this one at like 12:30, but whatever. So, actually, it's probably like 12:40 when we started, but no big deal. All right. We'll start at like 11. Maybe we'll start at 10. I don't know. 11 sounds gooder because my dog probably won't be barking as much. All right, because she normally goes to bed at like 11:30 midnight. All right. So, start at like 11. And then I just go until whenever. And I want to go back to Monday to Friday. It sounds terrible that I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just stream 3 days a week. I need to stream, especially with having so long off. I feel like I'm not doing anything. And like, I just want to get back to making more and more content. I want to do a whole bunch more shit. I need to sit down probably after stream tonight. And I'm gonna edit all those fucking TikToks from months ago, right? Upload all those, schedule all that shit, have everything all ready, and then depending what I'm feeling tomorrow, we'll either do another like art stream, a chatting stream, a community content stream, or another VRChat stream. But you know, I like that my VRChat stream is just me staring at a fucking mirror. Like, hello, what the fuck, cat girl? I'd like to join you. Bug lives matter. Just for that, that's a no. Fine, you can join me. Could use an e-girl in the background. Why not? But yeah, you know, like we got plans now. We got things going. We got stuff ready. I got shit to do now. All right, I jingle. Yeah, you can hear me jingling. You can hear my chains. Hell yeah. All right. But yeah, my desk, I have everything set up a little bit different now. I got like my 2 phones that I use that are always at my desk, like just couple of old phones I got. One is my clock. It's always my clock, you know, just because that's its use. That is what it's there for. It is just, I wanted a clock, and it's there. And then I have my other one that I use to monitor my stream. Both of those on the left side under my main monitor. And then in the middle, I used to have like this skull on my desk. It was like a little dollar store, like Halloween skull. I moved that to another part of my room. And where the fuck did I put that? Uh-oh. I have no idea where I put that. I gotta find that later. In the middle, I had like a little skull. But now I moved the iPad that I use for Touch Portal, which is like a stream deck. I moved that to the middle. So now I've got all of that cable management like right together, and it's all nice and pretty. And like my keyboard wire goes right with it. And then I was like, well, I got a little blank spot on the right side of that monitor now. So I have my other dollar store skull, but this one isn't like one of those like big ones. It's like a smaller one, but it's got like that like oil spill paint coloring style to it. Like I want to say pearlescent, but it's not pearlescent. It's like iridescent. I don't know. It's the weird kind of toxic oils look. All right. So I have that off to the right side, and then under my vertical monitor, or portrait, on the far right, I have a little holder that I put my phone in, like my actual phone that I use. Because I use that for Leorin board, to be able to control stuff and do things like,
Pussy!
You know, like my little soundboard, you know? It's like adding effects and stuff, and, you know, like the cute reacts and all that shit, you know, like, you know, where I do like this.
Kinda smell
What the?
like a baka.
You know, like I got shit like that. That's what I do on here. Or I'll be like, all right, we'll drop a meme. Suddenly we just get like a, you know, like all that. That's on my phone. So that phone is now on its own little phone holder off to the side. Okay. So I've got this all situated, nice and pretty. And then I've got off to the far right, I've got like my
Gotta try English one more time.
I've got the computer turned sideways instead of forward like I normally did. And you can see right into it because big glass side to it. It looks dope. And I have my my ring light over there. I have it pulled forward more, and I'm gonna use that for like IRL TikToks and stuff, and like IRL video type shit. So I've got that looking pretty. I gotta fix up my background a little bit more, but that is no big deal. It works. Okay. So we gonna be Gucci. My next step for my room though is after. Oh, I got a hiccup. That hurt. Alright, one sec. Just slowly dying, don't mind me. After I elevate the desk to the height that I need it with using some 4x4s, I'm gonna cut the size. I'm gonna set up my surround sound system in my room for like my TV and whatnot. It's over by my bed, and I'm debating if I should mount my TV to the wall or just leave it on the sub. It would probably be safer if I mounted it to the wall, but you know. I don't have an ! TikTok, but if you use ! links, you can see my website that has all of my links to everything. I gotta drink some water, not just an energy drink. Oh, you fuck, but. What's my TikTok? I want you to take a wild guess. Where the Vex bot at? I need the Vex bot. Vex! Someone hit ! links in chat. Alright, I gotta mute myself for a sec.
Hot.
Alright, yeah, my voice is mad fucked. I haven't really been talking the past few days, so now that I'm talking, it's kind of painful. I mean, it also doesn't help that because I was in bed all day, I didn't have any of my smokes. So when I started smoking later in the day, well, the first few smokes of the day always give me a shit ton of phlegm because they're terrible fucking garbage rice smokes. And they just give you really bad phlegm. So, yeah, those were my first smokes just a bit ago, like a few hours ago, but like I was just busy, not really going outside out, and then I did, and then my voice hurts because I got that flame and it's just not good. It's my easy way of quitting. Instead of being on like my 12th smoke of the day, I have had 3. Okay. So I feel like I could probably quit by like Sunday if I wanted to, because I'll just stop smoking them. You know what? Here, who wants to make a bet with me that I can quit? All right. If we'll bet it on money. We'll bet it on money. Okay. Also, Vex, you didn't need to do the actual TikTok link. Also, I think you typed it in wrong, didn't you? Oh no, it has one at the end. I think. Hold up. Let's see. Is that me? No, that's me. Okay. Yeah. How much money? If someone bets me money that I can quit, you pick the number. If I can quit by a certain date, whatever that person says, they have to give me money. That's how Let's Go to work. Watch someone just quit right now. Here's 300 USD. Okay. I would do it right now. If I was given $300 right now, I'd fucking quit right now. You would not see me have another smoke. Which is gonna really suck if I hurt myself anytime soon, because that's my only painkiller. But you know what? Your boy's gotta pay bills. Hasn't been able to stream for a while. And when he does,
He's not really making much because, he's a dummy.
I'm not trying to make it entertaining for you guys. I love that staring in front of a fucking mirror is gonna be super entertaining, right? This is great. Don't you guys love this? Isn't this amazing? Look at this e-girl. Wow! An e-girl. Amazing. I'm gonna grab you.
I know.
Ranga! You dropped bitty boys. How many bitty boys was that? 4 bits for 4 cents, cat. For 4 cents. I'll quit smoking for 4 cents.
Wow.
Okay, I cannot hear you 1 bit, so give me a sec. No, that's on my end. Don't worry about it. I had my God, the thighs! Holy shit, bro!
Sorry.
No, I had my mixer turned down.
I lost tracking for a second.
Hold on, they can't hear you, or can they? Chat, can you hear this bitch?
Hi, chat.
Why is my music so loud? Is the music too loud? Holy fuck, the music looks loud as shit.
I didn't hear any music on your end.
There's absolutely no way that you do not hear music.
Alright, let me blast it in my ear so I can hear double the echo. Give me a second.
Yes, but she's a little quiet. Cat vibing. Alright, hold on, chat. Is the music too loud?
I can hear the music. It's just a little low though.
Okay, I don't know why desktop is... Oh, I know. Hold up. Give me a sec. I can fix that easy peasy. Alright. Start making noise, bitch. Keep talking.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your girl Girl. We in this club tonight. We here at Winter Company with MC fucking Lucifer. He's the world creator, the best of the best,
Alright, bet. So how does that sound for you guys? It might be a little loud compared to Cat. Did you just turn it down? I didn't turn down the music. I turned up Cat. Because I was trying to remember where I set all of my audio, but I don't think you guys realize I have 8 separate audio channels that are just on my mixer, and then I have in the volume mixer that's built into Windows, I have everything at its own volume in that too. So let's try to go off memory. That wasn't important information, so my brain didn't remember it all. So I was just like, I think I normally kept most things at 20, 40, and 60, so let's figure that one out. But yeah, compared to me and Cat, is the music too loud or too quiet? It looks loud to me just in the audio wave mixer that's in OBS, but who knows? Cat, make noise, you bitch!
Hey,
this is us making noise. All right, we're making noise. All right, yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, woo. Yeah, it looks like it might be a little loud.
Wait, did my...
What? Did what? Huh, bitch?
Hold on. My tracking got lost. My Guardian is off. I gotta turn it on.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Ranga, 2 bitty boys, thank you. Give me 5 minutes, I'll be in the world. I mean, did I invite you, bitch? Yeah, alright. I'll see you when I see you, homie. So this might not be good, but I can't seem to find, where the fuck my, music is playing from. Alright, that should probably be better. Sounds fine. I turned it down a little bit, because fuck it. Turn it down to 60 from 80. That should be good. Because it's only supposed to be background noise, not super important noise. Alright. Alright, we're back. Oh, don't mind me just being a little bitch. Don't mind it, okay? I'm a mouse. I do what I do, alright?
Spank me like you mean it.
I mean, what? Shit. Cat's like, I have no idea what was the funny thing there, but alright. Is this you trying to, like, block yourself with it? What are you doing? Oh my god, fucking vibing. Holy shit. She going crazy over there.
What
The hell you doing? What the hell you doing? Just wiggity wiggity woo, wiggity woo. Vex, did you really think that you, of all
Wait.
people, did not have a bell sprout? Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Oh god, what? Oh my
I'm
god.
actually,
Oh my
my
god.
hands aren't working.
Your nothing is working,
Seriously.
actually. You look like you're breakdancing, but while sitting on a pot.
Yeah,
That's just what it
that's
looks
my
like to me.
headset.
Sure it is. Those are your leggies. Dude, I don't even know what I have at this point. Well, just assume that it's not as much as cat, cause fuck you.
Wait, what is it?
Oh, now the bitch is levitating. Oh my god. Alright, but yeah. Cat, did you really look like you also you think that you don't have a bell sprout? Really? Really?
I didn't have a Magikarp apparently.
Well, it's because Magikarp's fucking magical.
Apparently his Pokédex information says he's absolutely useless.
Well, fuck that. That's rude. He's nice. He becomes a Gyarados.
I mean, yeah, he does turn into fucking Gyarados.
Alright, so, also, on top of all the other shit that we've got planned now that I've got a working computer again, Yuki said that they were gonna send me a drawing tablet once they've got, you know, some shit sorted out, and I was like, bet. So, I'm gonna be setting that up. That's another thing I have to do on my desk. I'm gonna be adding a keyboard tray to it. So, I feel like my desk is ever so slowly, like, going down, but, like, it couldn't be. Oh my god, it totally did. It totally feels like it went down. It can't though. It's literally on a chain. Like it's like a bike chain that goes through it. It's like old school. All right.
Doesn't
Like-
it normally do that though? Even if it's like sturdy?
No, actually, no, it can't. Like I'm literally touching the foam. The foam was cut to size, so no, it just feels like it is. Maybe I'm just a bitch. Yeah, it could just be that I'm a bitch and I'm just like complaining that it's like too low. But yeah, because I cut the foam down to the height that it needed to be because the foam was too big, obviously, after it got raised. So yeah, no, that's not the problem. But fuck, what was I just about to say? Well, there's gonna be something funny, probably. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna be adding a keyboard tray to the bottom of my desk. Obviously, you can't really put it on top. And took you that long to notice? What? What? I'm so confused. What? And I'm gonna be adding the tablet onto that tray because that just seems like the smart spot to get it, because then it's out of the way and it's still easily usable. But it is one with a screen on it, so maybe I want it on my actual desk, but like I feel like and that would be fine. Like that shouldn't be a problem, right? Being on a keyboard tray, because I'll be looking down at it anyways. Or should I put it on a mount and have it in front of like my keyboard and mouse? And then I'll be facing my camera when I do VTuber streams instead of just constantly looking down. These are the questions that I have. But that is the plan, that I was gonna have it on like a keyboard tray. Maybe I'll just like put my keyboard on the keyboard tray and then I'll have that on the desk. That might work gooder. Who knows? Well, I'll figure it out as I go. Not too big of a deal. But yeah, I wanna have like a bunch of stuff that I've got planned, and once I got that like the 2070 and whatnot, shit is gonna be wild. You guys don't even know, because if he does end up sending like pretty much another entire fucking other PC, I might as well do dual PC, because then I could have multiple input sources going into my stream PC, which would be this one. And one of my plans is, oh my god, I gotta find where that fucking thing is. Fuck. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Advanced audio properties. I'm gonna sort through all of these and find them, because that is just is too much. Why is it not showing me the invisible ones? Come on. No, not active sources only. No, show me all of them. I know I have a lot. Oh god. They've probably got weird names. Unfortunately, a lot of my stuff does too. They're set to -20 and they're still that loud? Oh my god. I'm gonna set them to -30? Alright, that should be good. Alright, now we'll be Gucci. Funtime Mystery, hello! Welcome. I'm talking, I'm doing things, I'm telling you guys what's going on in my life. But yeah, so I got ideas for art streams. I've already found some ref images that I want to use to be able to like make like my own art and stuff, and I've got a bunch of ideas for emotes. So we're gonna end up doing art streams once I get that, like a lot of them, and they'll probably just be like, let's make emotes, let's make this, let's do this, blah blah. And I'm gonna slowly get really good at art over time. You're gonna see it and be like, damn, would you look at this boy? Would you look at him? He went from this piece of shit, piece of garbage. Look at him, garbage, no good, nobody like him. He lives in a dumpster. To like, damn, would you look at that? This man lives in a recycling bin. You know, like, shit's moving up in the world. You know, like, that's the plan. All right, let's go. Yeah, bro. Well, it's like I think it's a 13.3-inch screen, and it's like one where you actually draw on a screen as opposed to like my fucking ancient ass bamboo tablet that still has the original pen nub in it. That was my ex's that she gave me because I bought her a fucking Intuos Pro Medium for like Christmas one year. So she gave it, she was like, here, have the bamboo. And I was like, alright, better than nothing. And so I got that. I've actually technically got some that are like the larger style, but they're like the old ones from like 2007, 2008. That are like large ones, but like they need a specific pen or they don't work. And you can't find that pen anywhere, but they do technically work. You can use them as like a giant trackpad for your finger. But yeah, those are no bueno. Those ain't gonna work for what I need. What the hell is a super sharp thing in my pocket? There is a wood chip in my pocket, and it's goddamn evil. Put my hand in my pocket, I get stabbed. Oh man, I gotta say, it's super nice being able to stand at my desk though. Like, my back doesn't hurt nearly as much because like I can stand and have good posture. I can also move my booty, dance around a little bit, live the life, you know. Nobody here gives a shit about that. All right, cool. All right, fan-fucking-tastic. All right, so here's the plan, okay?
So happy for you.
Fuck you, you're lying to me. Look at this bitch. You see this bitch up here? She lying. Bro, I'm gonna put my little hands on your shoulders, all right? Love me.
Okay.
Love me. Love
I
me,
can hear your
Rhonda.
fan or something in the background just going.
Yeah, okay, well, the chat can't hear it because VRC doesn't have the same filter. All right, just love me and kiss me and love me forever, okay? You can't just, don't, I love you and I miss you. Oh, all right, well, this bitch doesn't want my little claws on him. All right, okay, yeah, that's right. You get back over here, boy. Okay,
I was trying to move forward. I was trying to move forward and I pressed A, not W.
This motherfucker was gonna kiss me. He was gonna kiss my ass.
No.
This is what I'm doing, by the way.
There's no proof. Actually, no,
Hold
there
up.
is. But
Raga, come over here. Get over here in front of me.
can do this. I can go lower. Aha.
Nah. Put your shoulder. Stand up. Get over here. Put my hands on your shoulders. Walk through me, boy. Okay.
Okay. If I go move. Yeah, there we go.
Well, this is disturbing for me to look at. Oh God. All right, you know what? We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, that didn't happen.
I can go in the small avatar.
I just like that for some reason I can see my hands now. It didn't. Don't worry about me. I'm having a good time. I gave him titties. It's Puppet Rick!
My Christmas cake pissed me off. I always take my Christmas cake out of the tin before, and the whole entire bottom of it just stuck to the bottom of the tin. It pissed me off. It took 4.5 hours to cook.
Well, damn.
And it's got...
Hey, this is quality content right here.
Bottle of brandy in it.
Look at me.
I could go on another avatar.
Aww, my boobs are gone.
It would be TOS.
Oh no TOS. I've already had a dick on my screen before. Or was it a dick or was it titties? I think it was titties. I don't know, it was Theo.
Titties.
It was Theo, so it was probably titties. You know how hard it is to like take down 4 different recordings of a stream within moments of it going up because you didn't want to get in trouble? No booba, oh no. Savage.
Yep.
Quality content.
So, I ate
Need to not be in seated mode because you look like a fucking monster? Yeah.
I know. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's because tracking fucks up. So I have to, like, find where the chair... There. But, I had a beef bowl.
You had a what?
And I'm hungry. I had a beef bowl. And I'm hungry.
The fuck is that?
It's a bowl that has beef and other vegetables in it.
Food.
Okay, what I heard was a B full, like BE space FULL, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Because I can't relate. That's very rare. Except for when I hoover 6 fucking burgers in 2 minutes. And then I ate all the fries too.
This past few weeks, I've only been able to eat half of my food. And now, I'm hungry.
I have to go cook dinner soon. No, Jim's reheat lasagna from tonight, which I made.
You know, I'm pretty hungry too.
I can go for some lasagna.
And with that 6 cents that Brongo's giving me, or that I get possibly next month if we reach payout, I'll be able to eat. Let's go. 6 cents, homie. Let's go.
Try and get something from the 6-cent menu at any place out there.
See, here's the thing. I live in Canada. We don't have pennies. It has to be the 5-cent menu. Because we just round it. You think I'm kidding? We round it to the nearest nickel.
I know. Fair, so you're gonna get like something from the... Well, you'll have enough to get something like...
God, Raga, 8 bitty boys. Holy shit, that's a total of 14 cents. I got 14 fucking cents. Let's go. Let's go.
If you
Hell
take
yeah.
more, you can afford
Oh,
things
nice,
off the
nice.
5-cent menu.
I've got no more bits.
Shit,
Freaking,
looks like you're only getting one
what is
thing.
Ah, fuck.
What is?
What am I gonna get with 5 cents? I don't
Took
know.
my money.
What?
You can get absolute nothing with 5 cents here. The cheapest thing here is 10 cents.
Well,
That's
shit.
what dairy.
There's something over there
You
for
can get a
10
lot of $1. Yeah.
I remember you used to be able to buy bazooka bubblegum for 3 cents a piece, like a piece when I was a kid. Bazooka bubblegum now is 70 cents a piece. And if that's not inflation, I don't know what the fuck is. Because there's no way in hell I'm spending damn near $1 for a single piece of gum. Alright? Especially with when I was in high school, you could go to the smoker pit, there'd be some random fucking 25-year-old that would be there, and he would sell you a smoke for $1. Gum or smoke? Alright, like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. It's pretty easy to pick which one would be gooder as a teenager, alright? Like, cause I don't fucking know, it's not a good idea,
obviously.
Oh yeah, definitely healthier, but like, at the same time, for $1, that's pretty cheap for a smoke.
At the dairies I went to when I was younger, there was TNT lollies, another term for just flavored sugar balls. They used to be 50 cents, now they're 10 cents. It's a really good deal. It's for $1, you know. And on Easter, Halloween, whatever it's named, is the best because anything that's under $1 is free. Which is
Man, I fucking wish. I mean, technically anything is free if you're fast enough at getting away.
Yeah.
I mean, technically.
It's not
Tell me I'm wrong.
stealing. It's long-term borrowing.
Exactly.
Like I long-term borrowed a
Homie
mouse from
knows.
school, which it finally broke after 4 years of me long-term borrowing it.
You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Actually,
I've actually never stolen anything in my life except for a pencil from a teacher in 9th grade. That was because she was being a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, fair.
What
Oh,
is
it's her last
the-
pencil.
You can steal up to like $1,000 worth of things, but once it maxes out to 1,000, you owe the store.
You're talking America. In Canada, anything over
I'm trying to
$100.
think of what the rule is.
I don't know what it is.
Ah.
Well, I know the courtesy of stealing. Never steal from mom and pop shops, but like super big franchises, it doesn't matter because they're fucking robbing their employees anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you ever steal from like a thrift shop or a mom and pop shop, you're a piece of shit. You ever do that?
I got banned from a.
I can and will delete
I
your
got banned
kneecap.
from
There's that
Do not
butcher
test
store
me.
once. Maybe probably doesn't help that me and my friends were running up and down the beds and stuff like that, like maniacs when we were youngest. We got banned from that store for 2 weeks. There was nothing to do back then. I had no devices that could go on Wi-Fi or had internet. It wasn't computers and stuff weren't that well back then when I was young. For us kids.
I forget, are you Australian or a Kiwi?
Must be inside gaming. I'm a Kiwi. Australians
Oh, that
are
makes
different.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Australians get drunk all the time.
So do
And
Americans,
they
but you
complain
know.
about
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, well, Australians and Americans are the same thing because Kiwis are the Canadians over there. Alright? We're just the ones that are above you that are apparently more polite. Apparently. We're not, but apparently we are. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong.
Stereotype.
Australians are just British Texans.
Oh, yep.
And Kiwis are just British Canadians.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Depends which parts you go to, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it all depends on what part of Canada you're grabbing from, too. I mean, like, you hear me talking with a Southern Ontarian accent, which is pretty much like New York, Pennsylvania, and like Ohio kind of area, and Michigan. Like, we all roughly sound kind of the same because we're roughly the same area. But if I start fucking talking normal, right, I'll sound a lot more like a Northern Ontarian, right? Because this is my natural accent that I've got. I got no idea where the fuck it came from because my parents are both Southern Ontarian. I've lived in Southern Ontario my entire life, but like, this is how I naturally talk. I don't like talking normal. I do my absolute fucking best to try and sound like an American. But yeah, but it's no. That's why you'll hear me talk like this, and I'll like just try and enunciate my words pretty well.
I can speak 2 languages. The main accent of New Zealand, which I barely know much of it, because when you go to high school they exclude it, and then there's English, obviously. English, and you got Te Reo, which is just different. It's just a different language altogether. It's quite fun. You can get away with saying swear words in public if you're speaking to our. I can't say it anymore.
Yeah, I can barely speak English. I can understand and read French, but I can't speak it. I love that strong
French.
Canadian.
What's a
Oh,
French
fuck yeah,
word?
bud.
Oh no, I was about to do it in
Trying to
Italian. I
learn.
was going to say spaghetti bolognese. Oui, oui.
Spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, fuck. Did I turn off, Okay, I did. I was like, did I turn off wallpaper engine? Uh-oh. But, I did. Okay. If I had that on, my computer would be like, oh, actually, no, it uses RAM. That's what it mostly goes off of. And I've got 32 gigs now. Fuck yeah. You know what time it is? You guys know what time it is? It's time for another energy
Is your
drink.
energy o'clock?
Fuck yeah, bud.
It was a cold one.
Open up a cold one with the boys. Hell yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot I have pudding.
Yeah.
If someone has that pudding, I like the pudding. Give me the pudding.
Whenever we get ice cream, right, my sister demolishes it all up in 2 days. 2 nice dishes. Even though it's a 3-liter tub. Or 1.5 liters.
You know what? I would judge, but
I feel
I
that.
had, when I was in high school, we used to do this thing where everyone would go to like a store or a restaurant or something that was in the area, like a fast food restaurant that was in the area, because my school was near like a strip mall, right? So there was like McDonald's, there was like Tim Hortons, there was like a Indian cuisine place, there was like a fucking like steakhouse, there was like
Everything.
a Metro, of which I don't know if Metro's in every country. It's a grocery store. We had a dollar store. We had like a bunch of different spots, right? And everyone would just go to a different spot, grab food, we'd come back and we just fucking throw it all together and then just eat everything together, right? Like everyone would spend like $5-10, fed everybody, right? And even the friends that couldn't afford food or whatever, they got to eat too. It was just like this nice little thing that we all did together. And I remember there was my brain just lapsed. What the fuck were we talking about prior to this? What just made me bring this up?
Ice cream, eating a whole
Ice cream. So the one day I went to the grocery store that was there, and I was like, all right, here's a 4-liter tub of ice cream. I could guarantee you that amongst like the 5 of us, sometimes we have more people, but amongst the 5 of us, we can eat this before lunch is done. Without taking into consideration that they're also buying food. So I show up back at the school, right? Because again, like the school is right across the street from this place, right? The strip mall. And I sit down this tub, and I was smart enough to grab like some plastic like spoons and whatnot too. And I sit this down, and they all look at me like, oh, fuck yeah. So like we got like burgers, we got fries, we got like some Subway sandwiches there, some cookies, we got like donuts, we got like bagels, you know, we got like a bunch of different drinks. And then like someone went and grabbed like a fucking case of pop, right? And it was this fucking 4-liter tub of ice cream. And we just started mowing into everything. And I shit you not, we had like a minute left before the bell rang for us to go back to class. And all of us are like, we gotta finish this. We're not wasting this. And we had like half a liter left in like this last minute. You have like 6 guys, like all of us standing roughly 6 foot, all anywhere from 115 to about 220 pounds. And we just start hoovering and we're bowing back this ice cream. And then all of us, we just finish it, chuck all the spoons in the tub and went, yeah. Oh, I don't feel too good, Mr. Krabs. You know, like, and we're like, well, because we ate the burgers too, we ate the donuts too, we ate the subs too, the cookies as well, and the fries, and each of us drank at least 1 or 2 sodas, and we're like, oh man, Mr. Stark, I'm turning to dust, you know, like, we all went to class and the teachers looked at us like, you look like shit. Like, they didn't say that, but you know what they were thinking, you look like shit. Because all of us felt so sick, because amongst like 6 people. You are not supposed to eat 4 liters of ice cream in like a half hour, 45 minutes. But we goddamn did on top of all the food, and that was not a smart decision. And I would like to say it was the first and last time we did that, but it was not. But it was definitely the first. But we just, if we were gonna do that, we let everyone else know we're gonna grab ice cream, and they were like, alright, cool, we won't grab as much. So,
the best thing I liked about my school was, apart from the canteen was ridiculous. You know, sausage rolls. And when I first started in year 9, it was $1.50. And when I left in year 12, it was $4 for a sausage roll. That was
what the
not
fuck?
big.
See, my cafeteria,
it was a waste of time.
You had to pay for lunch. But I've always had this thing when I was in school. Befriend the principals and the secretaries. Because you won't get in as much trouble if you're friends with the adults. Your teachers, fuck them, who cares? But the main ones that matter, right? The ones that are gonna call your parents and can actually authorize suspending you. Become friends with them, they'll go easy on you. So I was friends with my principals and the secretaries. And I didn't want to spend money on lunch anymore, right? So I talked to them, I was like, 'cause we had this thing called CAF cash, right? Cafeteria cash, right? It was for like the underprivileged people or whatever. And I told them, hey, I ended up losing my job. My parent, like, I don't really come from a great living situation, because I don't, like, I have a great living situation, just we didn't have money, right? Like, I was born and raised poor, and I'm completely content with that, right? So we didn't really have money, right? And I was like, we don't really got much food. Like, is there any way that I could get onto that calf cash thing and be able to get lunch still? And like the secretary was like, oh yeah, of course. And like normally calf cash, it gets you like 1 meal worth, but she would just give me like a fucking wad of the shit. And I was like, oh, okay, because once it's done at the end of the day, they just bring it back to the office, right? So I just had like this wad of it that was in like my locker. But it was in an area of my locker, because my locker was the designated food locker for like half the fucking school. Like, I don't even know who all had my locker combo, all right? Because we just always stored food there, like anything from lunch that we didn't eat, right? Like, there was always 2 cases of pop in there. There was a case of energy drinks up top. We had like these little hanger things hanging from like the coat hangers in it, where you stored like food and everything. So like, some people would leave like, you know, like gummy bears, or someone would leave cookies up in a package, and you know, like someone would have like their McDonald's, they put it in there. And like there was a sticky notes in like a little thing that hung on the door, like a little magnetic tray clip thing. You know what I'm trying to say? Something that held the sticky notes in a little thing with a pen next to it. So then people could write down, please do not eat on it. And then, you know, like in case they were like, this is actually mine, and they just needed somewhere to store it. So, you know, like there was only one rule, and that rule was on like a big fucking piece of paper that I like put on the inside of my locker. If you drink the last energy drink, you have to replace it with an entire case. There's only one person that has drank my last energy drink, and he did it twice. But that is my best friend that I've known since I was 4 years old, okay? And I didn't make him replace it, because both times I knew why, and he was just going through a hard time and needed to stay awake, because he was dealing with a lot of shit. And just his life was very hectic, so he was just like, fuck it, I need it, right? So, but yeah, I had this spot in the back of my, back behind the energy drinks, and I put like a false back in my locker. And I painted it the same color as the locker. So you wouldn't notice it was there unless you were looking for it. But that's where I kept the calf cash. And I only told my best friend about it, because he was the only one that was tall enough to be able to see all the way to the back of the locker, because just our lockers were super tall and I couldn't even see the back. I just knew it was there because I put it there, right? So I was like, if you ever need like food and there isn't anything in there, right? Just, there's calf cash, just go grab calf. He's like, where the fuck did you get that? And then I tell him, he goes, that's fucking hilarious. So he would just reach into the back, pull it out, grab some, and just go back down to the cafeteria. It was a great time. I miss high school. I was a fucking degenerate, but it was a good time. Well, I also had a really good high school experience. So, like, all things considered, I was a tech kid, so.
Yeah, my whole entire high school was getting renovated the whole entire time I was there for the 3 years I was there. It was getting renovated.
Jeez, that sucks,
Every
man.
building was getting pulled down and then put back. Oh, it did suck. Because you'll be in one classroom well, obviously you got 5 different periods for the classes, and you have different classes all those times.
Yeah.
But it was changing every week, and I couldn't keep.
That would get so fucking confusing.
And my cousin's there, and my cousin's there now, and half the classrooms are open learning. Because the government here in New Zealand, if you're going to primary school and intermediate, the government will not pay the school any money for the whatever learning stuff it is, unless you go open learning. No kids learn open learning because it's just a big open, and all the sound gets tracked in. It sucks.
Huh.
And then kids' handwriting gets crap as well because there's no tables. They're all writing on the floor.
Jesus, fuck that. That sucks, man.
And in the back,
like I couldn't imagine how confusing that would be for like grade 9s as well, like first years. Like what the fuck? Like freshmen would be so confused where the hell they gotta go. All right, well, now that we have been vibing, chilling, hanging out, having a good time for a little while, do you guys want to go on a little VRC adventure, or do we just want to keep chatting and shooting the shit? Because I ain't gonna lie, I have no idea how long the stream's gonna go tonight, and I'm thinking it might be a long one, but it might not, who knows? But we are currently an hour and 20 minutes into it, so I was like, what do you want to do?
I might stream.
I mean, leave it up to you. You're the streamer.
Okay, well, if I had already decided what I was gonna do, it wouldn't have asked. So, I'm asking for input.
Fair.
You're stupid shit. Come on, man. I'm not that smart. Alright, you know what? Here's the plan. We're gonna see who the fuck is online. We're gonna see who of my friends is on. Keep chatting. Sounds nice. Alright, bet. We're gonna see who is on. You got, let's see. None of the main people. What the heck? I mean, it is a Thursday night, so.
It's freaking Friday. It's the weekend.
Well, you're also on the other side of the planet. Alright, it's only 2 a.m. on Friday for me. Alright, so it's a Thursday night. Most people work tomorrow still.
6 p.m. right now.
Alright, well, fuck you. You're on the other side of the world. You're on the other side of the world.
You know what's really been annoying me? I've been waiting 2.5 weeks for my contract of work to come through. I've got nothing at all. It's starting to piss me off.
Well, shit, my dude.
Yeah, because the main processing thing's up north, and it's just a...
There is literally like nobody online. Well, fuck. Oh, I also have a question. My VR chat will let me listen, but not use my mic for some reason. So that would be this. It's probably got the wrong one. Yeah, see, this is what I mean by my audio is confusing. This is how many audio sources are built in as like a digital mixer. All right. You might be set to the wrong one. That's all. So, that's all. If not, your microphone might need to be going through sound settings on your PC. So you just like go down to the bottom bar, go to like the little sound thing, right click it, open sound settings, and then just go down to apps and usage or something like that. I forget the name of it. It's like the bottom option. That's an actual option on there. Or lets you change what app is doing what, and then you just set your microphone manually for VRChat in there. But you have to have VRChat open at the time. Dude, I remember when I was in high school, someone's fat ass broke a toilet seat and they didn't fix it until a year later. So 1 year with 2 toilets for like 600 kids. Jesus Christ. Wait, your school only had 2 toilets? The fuck? Man, each of the bathrooms in my school had like fucking 4 or 5 toilets. Plus urinals. Well, I mean, obviously girls' ones didn't have urinals, but, you know. The fuck? My school had like 3 or 4 different bathroom areas too.
Wait,
My
that
school's
reminded me of my
toilets
middle school.
sucked when the men pissed. When all the men pissed, right? You're supposed to go to the urinal or the toilet, right? No, they would just pee on the ground. So you walk into the bathroom, and it's just a thin layer of urine all over the floor. It freaking sucked.
What the fuck?
And
Man, at my school, if someone did that, we'd probably just knock them onto the ground and rub their face in it. Treat them like a fucking bad cat.
Oh.
Look what you did! Bad! Bad! Rub their nose in it.
And then there's also another bathroom in the school where it's just designated to what the vapors took over. All the vapors and smokers were just hot summer time. So you
Vex,
walk
it sounds
out
like your
and it's
school
this big
sucked.
puff white smoke, and it's like,
What the fuck?
oh, it did. That was not fun for me.
Oh.
I did not enjoy it.
I mean, I personally had a good high school experience, I'd like to say. So I got lucky. Mind you, as everyone can tell, I'm a very lucky person. I have terrible luck, but also really good luck at the same time. Like, obviously, a lot of people seem to really like helping me, and I don't know what's wrong with you guys. A lot of you guys are like, here, have my money. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Take care of yourself. And then you're like, no. And then like, I'm like, all right, well, my computer fucked up. And then people's like, here, have a new computer. I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm like complaining about like needing to do art stuff on like a shitty little bamboo tablet. Here, I'll give you a fucking 13.3 inch fucking on-screen drawing tablet. Okay. Man, I've got like 1300 hours of VRChat on desktop. Oh, I'm gonna send you a fucking VR with full body. What the hell is wrong with you guys? Why are you guys the way you are? Why do you care so much? What is wrong with you? Huh? Why are you the way that you are? What made you believe that you needed to be nice to me? Like, I'm not a good person. Why are you like this? Because we love you? Vex, are you sure that you love me? When was the last time that you and I were in a voice call just hanging out for hours, okay? You stopped doing that. We don't even watch anime together anymore, okay? I remember almost exactly a year ago, I almost got beat up by Bigfoot, and I was in a voice call with you. When was the last time we were in a voice call together, huh? Listen here, bitch. Oh
Not
my
June,
God.
sorry.
Rel is here.
April.
Rel, my boy, you did buy me shawarma. I also told you that you didn't need to. Which goes more on to like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Why do you do this? All right, like, why do you waste money on my dumbass? I'm more than willing to support you with your streaming and shit. All right, I don't mind hopping on and then like, you know, lurking so you can get your average up, girl. But you still decided to pay. You wanted to go and buy me food, and I told you didn't have to. Would you joining in VRC make me happy? I mean, I would have another girl with me. Another waifu. Rongo only pretends, alright? And even then, he's a fucking lolly. So, I mean, that doesn't really work, okay?
I can change into a bitter avatar if you want me to.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you, bro.
But then it'd be
Yeah, but I felt bad making you do it without Kachu. Rel, you are a mod on my streams. You are a mod in my Discord. You are someone I can rely on whenever I need help with anything. You don't need to feel bad about requesting someone to help you with average viewership when it's literally just turn on the screen and leave it. Like, I think I was busy that week anyways. I was like, yeah, I'll just set my my bot account and my actual account to just watch your stream when it goes live. Like, no big deal. Like, the extra story reminded me of my middle school. Oh, shit. But,
Can I tell the story now?
Oh my god, you want to talk? Who lets women talk in 2022? What is this? God damn, bitch. What makes you think you have the right? Go on, yeah.
So, our middle school, from 6th to 8th grade, I was in 7th grade, and from 6th grade, the bathrooms that I was most at had no soap in it at all for a solid year. And it was the same with all the other bathrooms. None of the teachers knew, and none of the staff members knew. But the janitors had made a pact that was, we aren't going to put soap in the bathroom anymore. You guys have ruined it. We're not going to do it. You've lost your soap privileges.
That's
and
disgusting.
None of the staff knew. So I went
Hello,
and I
something
told
random.
my mom, who then told the principal, who was like, "Excuse me?"
What the? Yeah,
janitors
that's like,
did
what
what?
the fuck? That is super messed up. Also, welcome to the stream, something random.
Okay.
I hope you enjoy your stay. We are currently just being mere people and standing in front of it. Don't worry, hopefully within the next week, I will have VR as well, and it should be full body. So, that's gonna be dope. All right, I won't just be a girl staring at a mirror. I'll be a girl dancing in front of a mirror. Okay, pretty great, pretty great. I mean, what? Yeah. Hold on, gotta girlify. Gotta. Here, let me drink some water. him?
I mean, like, I'll be dancing in front of the mirror. Wouldn't that be better?
Oh god, it's so off! My voice is fucked!
It's freaking
yeah,
raining
welcome.
outside and it's annoying me.
Oh shit, dude. I'm sorry to hear that.
Glad I got the washing in. The same, it
Thanks.
is currently winter right now.
Oh yeah, right, it is winter for you guys. That sucks.
Nut.
Hey yo!
Well,
We got nutted on? Can we get some nuts in chat?
No.
Drop
It
your
gets
nuts in
cold
chat,
here.
boys and girls.
The Australians complain about it being 16 degrees. I'm like, oh, that's warm over here. Freaking -2 is cold for us. Sometimes -4 if you go lower down the South Island.
Yeah, where I live it goes -40, so that's warm weather. I mean, to me
No,
it's
that's
cold
true.
because I don't like anything below 15, but yeah, but like,
No.
I mean, you're just as close to the South Pole as I am to the North Pole.
You know, I could take a boat to go to Antarctica, right?
Yeah,
I don't have nearly 100 grand lying around. It's like
That's
there's
fair.
a cheap house here.
that was a lot of nutting, guys. What the hell, Vex?
When taken for context.
It's a big iffy word being used nowadays. Wait, what? My favorite trap waifu? It's only I don't care about anyone saying like, oh, trap's a bad word. No. If you willingly take it as a derogatory thing, that is on you. It is not intended as that. A trap would be like a stolfo. I don't care. It is not against trans people one bit. It has never once been
It is
in that
very
way.
much.
It is never
In
once
gay
been
panic.
intended.
Have
Okay.
you heard?
It was
gay
never
panic here
once
in America?
intended. It was never intended to be used that way in its current state. If somebody purposely takes it and changes it to that, that is on them.
Gay panic has been around since like the 1950s.
Yes, and those were
That
called
word
lady
was
boys
used
that they
way
referred to
before
them.
that time.
No, they used lady boy.
No.
Yes.
Well, that word was popularized
Back in
In
about 2018,
internet
2019, internet culture.
but it still had the same
And
effect.
no. What time were you just
For gay
saying prior to
panic.
this? No, when was gay panic? When was this?
1950s.
Okay, do you think there was the internet in the 1950s?
No, but
And you
there's
just said it
also
was
a case that just
popularized
recently-
by internet culture.
Yes.
Now, a trap is
fact-
a male that is purposely trying to mislead somebody. A trans person is not trying to mislead anyone. That is their gender. That is what they chose because that's what they felt best suited them. All right. That is not trapping someone.
Okay, rebuttal. There is recently, legitimately, a case that was just one of a man who beat the shit out of a trans person after knowing they were trans because they were trans. They got off scot-free for it.
Okay, did the person not disclose that?
He didn't trap him. He did disclose it. It was still forgiven. He still got off scot-free for doing it. He used the gay panic thing.
Okay. What the fuck does that have to
Excuse,
do with
and
an
he got away
internet
with
term
it.
that popularized in 2018 based around characters like Astolfo?
Because of the fact that the person was trans, even though he disclosed he was trans, still beat the shit out of him.
All right, I'm just gonna disregard the fact that you just misgendered that person that's from that case, but you know, nah.
I think
It is
was a
referred as
male.
an anime
I'm
culture.
Pretty sure it was. It's
Well, if the
Still a
man
fun
complained
example.
about gay panic because he beat up like the trans person, that means that they were male to female. Because a guy beat up someone. Gay panic would only work that way.
yeah.
Unless he was already going for gay, and then he was like, that would be straight panic. Alright. So, but no. Characters such as Astolfo, alright, You know, it intentionally meant to look like a girl. They purposely try to trap the person and then let them know at the last second, like, hey, by the way, I'm a boy. You know, like, that is what a trap is. It is not like someone that is trans. No, a trans person is trans, all right? Trap is, if someone uses that as a derogatory term, it's the same as, like, you know, like, making fun of me for being Canadian and then just calling me fucking, like, Ontarian, all right? Or just like, oh, yeah, you're specifically from Ontario, so you're a fucking redneck, right? That's like using redneck as an insult when it's like, yeah, that'd be something I am, I suppose, but like I'm not purposely trying to be a redneck, right? But like only if you view it as I am purposely trying to present myself as not that, you know, then it'd be relatable. But nah, like trap would be like a male character that is purposely trying to look female and is trying to be like, haha, last second, now you found out that you're gay, all right? That is a trap, all right? That is why it's called that. A trans person is not a trap. All right, it is not a derogatory term for them. If anyone wants to dispute this, you can go right the fuck ahead. You're still gonna be wrong because a male to female is a female. A female to male is a male. All right, anything in the outside of those boundaries of like non-binary, all this, that, whatever, I'm not gonna get into that argument because I have a different understanding of that and I refuse to try and get into that because that is, as bad as it sounds, it gets into a lot of mental health stuff. But, you know, you could be a male trapped in a female body or a female trapped in a male body. You could be born with a PP and you wanted to have a PP, so congratulations, you're cis. If you are born without a PP and you never wanted a PP, congratulations, you're cis. You could be born with both. Congrats, you are considered a hermaphrodite by scientific standard, all right, because you have both, right? Or you could be a 100% eunuch and have neither. Of which, even though that's an incorrect way of using the word eunuch, but you know, that would be like that would have a non-sex, I believe is what it's called. But like gender is like a thing in your head, right? What you identify as. Your sex is your biological makeup based off DNA and your chromosomes. So, you know, that's a thing. But I don't want to get into science on my stream where I just talk about stupid shit. All right. But I could get into it. But nah. Using a female voice does not make you a trap unless you are purposely presenting yourself as a female and then confusing people by then saying, no, I'm actually male, right? That is trapping someone. That is where it comes from, okay? But someone that is trans, not a trap, right? Not unless they are like purposely trying to like trap someone with it being that way around. But even then, generally it is a male that identifies as male and pretends to be a girl. A male to female trans person is not pretending shit. They are female. That is how that works. And that's what like the major difference is. Dude, I'm North Carolina and now I live in Georgia. Ontario isn't even close to redneck. I don't think you know fuck all about Canada. If you don't think Ontario is redneck, let me put it this way. Southern Ontario is where 50% of Canada's population lives. Southern Ontario makes up less than 20% of all of Ontario. Okay? If you go literally like 3 hours north of where I live, you are in Northern Ontario. And Northern Ontario is strictly farms, scrap yards, forests, and mountains and mines. The only people who live out there are rednecks. Podunk hicks that don't know fuck all from fuck all. I know, I'm technically one of them even though I'm from the southern part of Ontario. Alright? Because I go so far up there. Alright? I like to go up there, I like to see the stupid shit, I like to redneck my way around stuff. Like, that there ding over there, eh? You know, like, that's the fucking way that we talk sometimes, okay? Actually, that's exactly what my cousin sounds like. But, nah, man. You think that North Carolina and Georgia are redneck? Oh, man. You've never seen Northern Ontario. Not one bit. But, yeah, Ontario is definitely fucking redneck. We got super city folk, but that's because 50% of our entire country's population lives in, like, the smallest, like less than 20% of one province, of which is more south than like 11 states. So we're more south than like 50% of Canada. There are more Americans that live north than Canadians, excluding Alaska, because Southern Ontario goes fairly low into America. So there's like, I think it's like 10 or 11 states. I could be wrong on that number, but it's like 10 or 11 states are more north than Southern Ontario, where 50% of our population is. Vex, congratulations, you got the dragon hair. I'm proud of you. But yeah. Americans overreact way too much. Honestly, I'm just waiting for the day that like everything gets like super far, like, oh my god, you can't do this, blah 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 blah, that it's gonna start reverting back the other way around, because it happens every fucking like 40 years. All right. And it'll be great, because then we won't need to like deal with all this stupid shit. Or if people are like, oh, you can't say this, you're gonna offend somebody. It's gonna be like, haha, you got offended, and it's gonna go back the other way around, because, you know, we don't want to be like our parents kind of thing. Every generation kind of does it, so 20, 30, 40 years roughly, things kind of shift back and forth, you know? Hence, well, you know, the baby boomers. Generation X is called Generation X because they're putting an X on everything that their parents were doing. That's why it's like that. And then you got millennials because, you know, Gen X were, we don't want to work, we're going to be rebels, blah, blah, this, that, whatever. Millennials became, we're just going to shut up and do our job, all right? Because Gen X was very loud and rowdy, you know, watch any movie from the 70s, 80s. That's just a very, you know, their music, their media, their, in general, like, populace of North America. I'm strictly saying North America because I don't know other countries as well. I know my country in America because we're pretty much the exact same. So the 70s and 80s was, we don't want to be like our parents because they have it to blah blah blah, this strict, do it this way. Now we're putting an X on that. We're gonna be loud, rowdy. We're not gonna work. We're gonna whatever, right? And then they end up, you know, getting a little bit older, and they're like, all right, well, we're gonna work. But by the time that they're having kids, you know, they're still in that loud and rowdy phase because they're like early 20s upwards to the 30s. Everyone's met a frat kid before, right? Like, we've all met frat boys, all right? So then you get, like, you know, the babies from like the late 80s and the 90s, right? You got your millennials, right? The children of the new millennium, right? We're just gonna shut up, we're gonna be depressed, and we're just gonna do our job, right? Hence, you know, grunge music, where we're just like, yeah, like, just listen to Nirvana and you'll understand, all right? Even though he is technically a Gen X, he was the idealism of a millennial. I want to fucking kill myself at 27, yay. You know, like, that's kind of like millennial understanding of life, I suppose. Sad, depressed, shut up, do your work, right? And then you got, you know, Generation Z, right? You know, our Zoomers, the ones that are super loud, obnoxious, and they're trying to do new things constantly. Millennials didn't want to do new things, where it's like, all right, we'll just do what's here, right? And we'll just shut up and do it, right? And then we'll get blamed for everything and just not care because we're the middle kid, you know, like. And then you got Generation Alpha, and Generation Alpha is an odd generation that's starting up right now, all right? So Generation Alpha, I believe they are anywhere from about like 6-7 years old now, roughly, of which are the Zoomers kids, right? And that's gonna be a very odd generation, and like, it's predicted that they are probably gonna be similar to millennials, where they shut up about stuff, or they're gonna become incredibly, let's overstructure things, like the baby boomers. So even though it's not the exact same thing that the previous generation or its previous generation did, we're still doing the opposite of the previous generation. That's just how it works. So chances are Generation Alpha's kids, whatever that's called, which would probably be like Beta or some other stupid thing, right? The naming scheme makes no sense, all right? They are probably gonna get rid of all of the like social political correctness bullshit, because it's gonna be what was forced down their throat growing up. And nobody wants to be like their parents. Think about it this way: I would never hit my kids. Really? Are you sure that you don't want to like discipline your fucking child? And then you go to the store in Walmart and you see like these fucking screaming children, and you're like, you know, a chocolate would do wonders right now, you know, like. But nah, and then those are the kids that swear at their parents, they don't listen, they're just pieces of shit, you know. Like, that's how the world kind of works, is we don't want to do what our parents did, right? Gen X, they didn't, like, they were more prone to abusing their kids, right? But it's not, discipline is not abuse. You have pain for a reason, all right? Like, the only reason that pain is even a thing that you can feel is to learn a lesson, right? That is a developmental skill, right? Touch a hot stove, not gonna do it again because that fucking hurt, right? So, you don't do it. You end up doing thing wrong in your house and you get spanked on the ass for it once or twice. Congratulations, that hurt. You don't want to do that again. You probably won't. So, But people see it as, I was hit, I was abused. And it's like, no, you were taught a lesson. Unless your parents were literally beating you with a fucking pair of brass knuckles, or like, you know, you were missing teeth at the end of the day, a red handprint on your butt is not gonna be something to worry about. All right, like it will heal within like an hour. All right, but you know, people are just, I would never do that. But then watch, Zoomers are gonna be probably more prone to doing that for their kids, or Alpha will. Because they do the opposite type shit, and everything ends up moving around. VRC crashed, rip Ronga. So the name's starting to sound like Omega-verse names, and that makes it a little scared. I mean, okay, so think about it this way. Do you know what when we started naming generations was? It was about the 1920s. I want you to take a guess at what they named themselves. Don't worry, I'll tell you. The Great Generation. The Greatest Generation. That's what they called themselves. Either the Great or the Greatest. And that is from like the 20s, 30s, 40s. And then the 50s, 60s was baby boomers because that was after the war. They called themselves the Greatest Generation. Now, would you like to know why they're the Greatest Generation? Because they had the Great War, the Second Great War, the Great Depression. You know, like that's probably why they're the greatest. It wasn't good, it was just great, you know? Stupid shit of history.
So I just looked up the case, by the way.
Okay. You're gonna go back like 3 topics?
He was in fact a gay man. The man apparently thought he was hooking up with a girl, but there was no mention of how and why he thought that.
So that has nothing to do with traps.
So yeah, it does, because apparently he thought that he was hooking up with a girl, and he found out he wasn't a girl, even though he was a gay man. And he beat the shit out of him until he died, and he got
so
away.
he had a conversation with a male that identified as male, probably dressed like, you know, either an effeminate male or a male, you know, had probably a male voice, and the guy just wanted an excuse to beat the shit out of somebody. It was just a hate crime against gay people. It had nothing to do with traps. Especially considering that...
And still found out he wasn't.
Okay, but like a hole's a hole, alright? Like, what's the matter, alright? Like, most guys want anal anyways. You can't get her pregnant that way. Alright, fuck it. Just have a dark room. Stick it up their butt. Alright, but, welcome back, Arson. Hello. Gotta love old, smug old people, right? But yeah, that has nothing to do with anime traps whatsoever. That is also a gay male, not the trans community, which would be the topic at hand of what the discussion was, which also, it still doesn't apply to them. They are not trying to deceive anyone. They identify as what they identify as because that is what they identify as, right? If you are born with a dick and you don't want to have a dick and you feel like a vagina is something you were supposed to have, or that is what you felt you were supposed to have but you don't want to do the surgery, that is still perfectly okay too. You are a female trapped in a male body. That is fine, alright? You are female. That is just what you identify as, is what you always felt as. However, I, myself, I wear dresses. I like wearing skirts. I like wearing crop tops. My favorite color is pink. I like looking cute. I still don't want to be a female, though, and I think a lot of people get that messed up in their head where they think I like feminine things, therefore I must be female. Okay. I am, you know, a bisexual, identifiably white male, alright? I mean, I'm part native too, but, you know, identifiably white. And I am completely okay with looking like a girl, but I do not identify as a girl, and I just understand that I have feminine traits because, you know, there are females that have masculine traits, hence the term tomboy, right? That's just, you know, they're one of the bros, right? Well, I'm not one of the gals, you know, but at the same time, I'm okay and I'm comfortable with my sexuality to identify as such, as a male that understands that he is bisexual, but still, my gender is still male. But I like feminine things. And I think a lot of people don't understand that divide because they weren't raised with that. So, and with the culture that we currently live in, everyone is given the opportunity to change into whatever identification they want to be. So they, in my way of putting this is probably not going to be a way that a lot of people like or politically correct, but they come up with all these other genders and identities so that they don't need to go through with the surgery because they don't fully identify with being female, but they also don't fully identify with being male. So they become like gender fluid. And it's like, okay, But is that really a thing? Or like, there's got to be something that you either identify with more or less, but would you rather have a penis or a vagina? All right, that is what you should identify with more on a physical trait. Mentally, whatever you want to do, right? Like, I have a pee-pee. I like my pee-pee. If I thought I was female and I didn't want to have a pee-pee, I'd be like, all right, cool. I'll go through that because I would think about this for years. I probably would have had this feeling since like about puberty, right? If not before. But we're given this giant ball of information that we don't know how to process, and it's being given to young teens and like young adults with the power of the internet, right? And all of this communication that we have, but nobody has information, right? And humans psychologically want to be part of a group. However, us as a social divide want to be individuals. We want to be unique. We are taught that you are special. Yeah, I can guarantee you, as bad as this sounds, none of us are fucking special, okay? Because if we're special, that makes none of us special. Because we all have that in common, all right? We're not unique, all right? Maybe your left arm's a little bit longer than your right arm. That is a unique trait that you have. But like, end of the day, most of us are carbon copies of the same fucking thing. We work a 9 to 5, all right? We hate our fucking lives. We all need to eat the same fucking food to survive, unless you're like, oh, I can't have gluten. But like, you know, like, okay, well, you're a gluten problem, all right? Like, people like to divide themselves and feel unique. Like, I wear chains, all right? I like to be a goth kid. That's me trying to be unique. However, I need to be in a social circle because instinctually, humans are pack animals, right? Look at any other primate, right? We are pack animals. Well, that means that I have to identify with the goth kids, you know, like I'm the punks, I'm the goths, I'm the emos, whatever, right? I'm part of that group, but I'm different from everyone else around me. But now I'm part of a group where everyone's like me and I feel like included. But still I feel important because I'm not always around those people. I'm often around other people, so I stand out, right? So a lot of people started doing that with their identification of a gender because they want to, like, or their sexuality or something like that. They don't fully understand what it is because they're taught this at a very young age, 12, 13, 14 years old. I can guarantee you, as someone that is nearly 26, I turn 26 next month, I know fuck all about life, okay? There is no way that like as a child, I thought I had things figured out, all right? When I was 12, 13, 14, I knew what the fuck I was doing, hell yeah. No, I was a fucking idiot. I just believed I knew what I was doing, right? And they're given like this opportunity to understand things, but they don't get the information to properly understand it. So they start sitting there like, oh, well, I identify as this middle thing or whatever, or my sexuality is this. And it's just like, okay, I'm sure that identifies best for you at this moment, right? But when you break it right down, you go to like, per se, like a demisexual, all right? Demisexuals can be a bisexual demisexual, a pansexual demisexual, a straight demisexual, or a gay demisexual. Because demisexual means that you need to have an emotional connection with someone in order to be sexually attracted to them. Congratulations, you have standards. You're not a hoe. It's not a sexuality. It is you have a moral compass that is separate from some other people. Me, as an individual, I'm just a bisexual male, right? Do I have a preference for females? Yes. But that doesn't mean that I still won't suck a dick, all right? However, to have the confidence of a 16-year-old, right? But like, I like males, but I'm very picky about males. With females, I'm not overly picky, all right? Because that's just how I am. And the main issue with that is I technically would be considered, like, if I don't mind who the fuck I fuck because whatever, to me it's just sex. But a demisexual needs to have connection. They need to feel safe. They need to feel like this person's actually going to care about our interaction. That, again, that's just a moral thing, right? But because just saying it's my morals, it's not putting you into a group. So socially, you don't feel included. And instinctually, you want to be part of a group because that's just how people are. Something random beta. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It really comes down to like psychology and a lot of like mental health stuff, right? Because if you say you're at a point of depression and you are given an opportunity to be part of a group, a special group that you hadn't heard of before, right? You might want to do that because, hey, I check all these boxes. I should be, yeah, that's me. But you're like 13, 14, 15 years old. You don't understand anything in life yet, right? You technically shouldn't even have a sexuality yet because your hormones are just kicking in. You shouldn't know what you want to be with because you have other shit to worry about, you know, like growing up, you know? But we all try to grow up as quick as fucking possible. So we feel like with the age of technology that we're part of all these different groups online, and then we have like our little factions in real life, but now I'm part of this group of this type of sexuality, but I identify better with like this middle gender thing. And then I'm also like, I want to be a punk kid, all right? But I want to be still like nerdy, so now I'm part of the nerd kids, right? Like we stretch ourselves so thin growing up that we don't fully understand everything. And then by the time that most of us are probably going to hit 30, 40 years old, I can guarantee you're probably either going to be straight bi gay, right? And you'll identify as one gender or the other, right? Because your body is going to become more of that, and you lose certain levels of chemicals in your brain. And it's not to say that like everything is black and white, but it's more of the gray area starts to fade as you get older, because you don't have the chemical imbalance of puberty. You don't have the chemical imbalance of, I'm a young 20-something-year-old, I've got testosterone, or, you know, my estrogen levels are through the roof because I'm in like breeding mode, because, you know, I'm like fucking like anywhere from like 20 to 30. Humans are only supposed to live to 42 years old, all right? Unless you're a male, you're only supposed to live to 40, all right? Like, we've doubled our life expectancy in the past 200 years. 1820s, people live, like males 40 to 42, females 42 to 44. That was life expectancy. That's why we have so many diseases later on in life, right? So your body is just gonna devolve itself pretty much because it starts breaking down. That's why we have stuff like Parkinson's, we have stuff like Alzheimer's, dementia, all this starts to develop later on in life because the telomeres on your DNA start to break down, right? Because you don't have buffer room on your DNA, because every time it replicates, it cuts off a little bit, right? Well, once that little bit is gone, you start to develop stuff, cancers, you know, different issues that happen in life, you know? Having all that grow on later on in life, it's gonna make you focus more on that and less about what you care about as an individual with, I need to be part of a group, I need to worry about my health more, right? You stop caring about all that. You stop caring about like a whole bunch. Now, I could be wrong. I'm just going off of dozens of studies that I've read because I just like learning things, right? Maybe the reason these groups are appearing now is because society is a lot more lax about self-exploitation and the constant persecution of everything that isn't black or white. Well, I mean, yes and no. Again, it's more of an abundance of information with a lack of understanding. We're given so much at young ages, and they think that they have things figured out, and they don't. And then you take anybody. Well, if you get set in your ways, right, you're not going to change. Don't believe me? Talk to a baby boomer about the gays, all right? Talk to a baby boomer about anyone that is of African American descent, all right? Like, generally, they're going to have what they were taught as a kid and what they believe is correct, because they've had that their entire life, right? So if you start teaching children, you know, I don't care how old you think that you, or how mature you think you are, even at 18 years old, you're still a fucking child, all right? You are legally an adult, but you are still a fucking child, all right? You are going to be getting set in stone and in your ways from a very easily developmentally progressive age, right? And then your hormones are also going to help solidify all that because you believe that that is correct, right? Now, it's not to say that, like, you are wrong about what you believe. It's more of like, these are contributing factors. Your mental state, your mental health, your need to feel included at a young age, and so many other things are what cause this kind of, I wouldn't say issue, but this development that people end up going through, all right? And yeah, like, again, I am a male that likes to look cute and likes to dress like a female. Would I ever try and trap somebody? No, I'd let them know, hey, got a dick. But I mean, obviously it's kind of noticeable with my voice, you know?
Like, I mean, yeah, I could do this.
But like, that would just be rude, you know? If I'm just trying to actually do that to somebody, that's fucked up. You kind of deserve to get the shit kicked out if you're trying to trap somebody, right? Like, I wouldn't say you need to die, but I mean, if you are purposely trying to confuse someone with their sexuality, you don't have their consent, all right? If you were to do that with them, you technically, that was sexual assault, right? Because unless they consent after learning that, you have sexually assaulted that person. They didn't consent to doing that with someone of that type, right? I'm not gonna say whatever type of gender that's going to be because it doesn't really matter, right? But if you don't disclose, if I were to say dress like a female, did all my makeup, looked really cute, and I used a female voice, and I had sexual relations with a man that believed he was straight, I would then be considered like a predator, right? Because that is sexual assault. They did not consent to that. They consented to a female, right? Now, if I were to you know, disclose it beforehand, like, hey, I'm male, I like dressing like this, you know, I like looking pretty, I identify as male, and they still wanted to, that I have their consent, right? You know, like there's a very easy to see line that a lot of people don't think is important. And it's just it's the world that we live in. A lot of people are like fucked up in the head, and they try to like ruin other people's lives, and like cancel culture, for example, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this whole conversation would cause someone to try and cancel me, thinking that I'm like transphobic or whatever. As I've already said though, if you are male and you identify as female, congratulations, you are female. All right. Whether you try to go for surgery or not, that is what you are, right? That is what you feel you are in your heart. That is what you are. All this other stuff, I don't believe is real. But again, it comes down to a bunch of different things. What?
I have to ask something though. You know, there is a person in history who was non-binary. Like a pretty prominent figure back in like the 1800s that was non-binary.
Do you have a name?
So that is... Ah, shit, he's...
Cite your sources.
They're... Sorry, they're... Fate Grand Order has them. I just need to look up the name of who they are. Fate Grand Order is based on a bunch of historical icons.
I'm aware, hence why I kept using Astolfo.
One of them. It's not Astolfo though.
Well, no shit, but I was just using an example of fate. However, just because one person in history identifies it, you know there's millions of people in history that have done it now, right?
Yes, but
okay.
I'm saying that's been
now,
around for
gender
years. That's not
gender
like a new
identity.
concept.
No. Gender identity was not something back then. It was sexual identity. And I can almost guarantee you that he probably was one, or sorry, they were probably one or the other. But they just wanted to either confuse people, like such as the idea of like the movie Mulan, right? It was a female that made everyone believe that they were male in order to do something, right? That is entirely like, people would say, oh, well, clearly she was a transgender. And it's like, no, it was just deception in order for the right cause, you know? Trying to save the world type thing, or my country, you know, but it could be argued as one way or the other. Now, history is a very fickle thing to try and read into as well, because nothing is documented properly. For example, I can almost guarantee that nobody here, unless has heard it from me, knew that in World War I, not World War II, World War I, the Jewish people withheld a large percentage of the entire economic bubble that they had in the country, leading to an underfunding of their military. Now, if you were to just take that and say that, what's an example? Like we'll just use, because no one's gonna get mad about this one. In America, if a large percentage of the white people didn't want to go to the war, I know that's hard to believe, but like a war, there was a world war, and they withheld all of their money, the rest of the country would see that as treason, because you are not supporting your country. And that is why in World War II, why they thought it was alright to demonize them. Now, were they right for doing that? Absolutely fucking not, right? But you weren't taught that in school. Guarantee that you were not taught that in school, because that gives reasoning why the Nazis became a thing, right? But that's just how life goes, right? Like, people don't get the full story, and there's a lot that isn't recorded. Now, there are other sources that record it. Hell, if you look at World War II again as an example, America are the real big bad guys. All right? They created the nuclear weapon, okay? They nuked a country that is literally an island, all right? A large island, but an island, and took out, like, so many civilians that didn't even want to be part of the war. That's a bad guy thing. Sure, it ended the war, but that's a bad guy thing. Right? When you think about it, it's pretty much a genocide, but not quite, you know? Like, they wiped out, didn't matter if you were good or bad in the war, you supported it or not, you'd get deaded, right? That's a bad guy thing. But we're not taught that. We're taught, yeah, America invented the fucking nuclear bomb, we took out everybody and we ended the war. We're the winners. We're the good guys, you know? We're not gonna let you know, because you learn about World War II when you're like a kid, right? You're not gonna be like, yeah, we went and just killed a bunch of random, like, innocent people. No. You're not gonna get taught that. And most people didn't even think about the fact that, yeah, we bombed a bunch of innocent people. That wasn't even bases that we took out. We just took out cities. Sure, we know the names of them. But we didn't even think about the fact that that was a bunch of civilians. Cool. Yeah, we're the good guys. Totally. Yeah, no. Like, you know, like that's the world that we live in. Like, information that we are given is often non-factual or isn't the full truth. And again, I use like World War II as a good example of a lot of things. Because like it's something everyone has heard about, but we don't know about because we weren't there. But you can look into a bunch of different studies and history books and a bunch of other things, and you'll see that some countries write things differently because they don't want people to know what they did. People don't want to know about the fact that, like, you know, Canada did a lot of guerrilla warfare and took out a lot of people that, again, in, you know, non-correct way, like using bayonets in people's backs. You're not supposed to shoot someone in the back, you know, like, but we did, you know. You're not supposed to stab someone in the back either. That's even more fucked up. But, you know, it is what it is. And then oftentimes with America and Canada and even England, pretending to surrender and then killing the people. That's a war crime. But you aren't going to hear about that in history books. But it is thoroughly recorded by military personnel that it happened. You just aren't going to see it unless you go through the archives. I do agree with that, but isn't kind of exploration a part of life, isn't it? Like finding it out if you're a certain type through trial and error? Well, yes, you are correct there. You are supposed to learn things. And again, like, humans are only supposed to live till 40. That's why when we hit puberty, we end up having like a shit ton of like, I need to have sex, I'm gonna explore my body, I'm gonna do all this stuff, because that is breeding time naturally for us, right? From an evolutionary standpoint, that is when we were supposed to breed, because that's our midlife, right? Now, should you? No, absolutely fucking not. You're a child, right? But if you look at other countries, such as like Japan, their age of consent is significantly lower, but they are taught to be adults from pretty much once they're able to walk. Like, Japan doesn't have janitors. Not for schools, at least. The kids are taught to clean up the classroom. They need to do all this other stuff. They do a bunch of chores. They don't know what the fucking allowance is, okay? They end up getting a job at a young age and start working and supporting their family. But in North America, and most of the Western world, we think that, no, like, you're not an adult until you're like 18. You can get a job at 16, but like, you can use it for whatever the fuck you want. Who cares about your family? Argue with your parents, you know? Like, we have no fucking... what's the word I want to use? We don't have a proper... coming up with this word is a little difficult. Disposition that we should be held to of taking care of people. And that's why, you know, the age of consent is separate in different countries, because they're adults younger, because they understand how the world works younger, right? And, you know, different countries have different like expected life expectancies and whatnot. So like, obviously younger ages kind of apply into that as well. Like, a legal adult in certain parts of Japan is 18, yes, but in other parts is 16, right? The age of consent there is 14, because that is when your hormones start kicking in. You know, that is your midlife naturally, because again, in the past 200 years, you know, we have doubled our life expectancy. Well, you're supposed to breed pretty much just like a third to 2/3 into your life, which would be roughly like 14, 15 to about, you know, 25, 26, right? And that's why you'll see like there's developmental issues for a lot of people that try and get pregnant in like their 40s, because your body is not supposed to be producing children at that age. Can it? Yes. Is it supposed to be? No. But humans don't really evolve anymore. We just adapt, you know? Like, there's certain evolutionary things that certain people have, but like, you're not gonna grow more hair because you're in a colder climate. No, we put on more clothes, right? So it's a very it's a strange thing for a lot of people. And yes, like, you should be discovering who you are in that age, but you shouldn't be identifying until you've pretty much learned what you need to learn. But, you know, we've all been teenagers before. We all believe we know how the world works. And then we get set in stone with our understanding. And from there, we start believing that we can't be wrong. And then we're no better than the baby boomers that think that they're always right about everything, you know? Alright, so let's look at what Vex said. Going back to the gender, though, How about the Mahu from Hawaii, though? They had a third gender to literally represent a mix of both the female and male spirit, regardless of them being male or female at birth, meant to healers and caretakers and teachers too. Not necessarily a form of asexuality, but still shows their culture's new spectrum of gender in general. Yes, however, that is more of a spiritual side of thing, right? Like, as you said, caretakers, teachers, that type thing. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's of gender. It is a people that were able to, like, for example, all right, Wicca, if you guys want to get into spirituality type stuff, right? Wicca is a all-female practice. Males are not allowed to learn it. It was made by a male. It is a joke of a practice. I'm sorry to anyone that might practice Wicca, but modern interpretation of Wicca is a lot different and is more closer to being eclectic witchcraft than it is actually Wicca. Wicca is based around whitewashing the shit ton of different cultures, bringing their spirituality things together in honor of Aphrodite, the Greek goddess, all right? An all-female religion made by a guy, okay? So what identifies as female then? Because if it was made by a guy, you have to go by his standard. He's the one that made it, right? So that would be someone that is born female. So should a trans person not be allowed to practice Wicca? Because by his standard, back in the day that he came from, you would not be allowed to practice it, thus making you improper. But a modern interpretation would say, no, you are a female spirit in a male body, and then either whether you transitioned or not, doesn't matter. You are still identified as female. Yeah, that's cool, right? But a middle point, if you look at another idea, the same idea of, say, like female and male spirit within you, Odin in Norse mythology, right? He took on a form of witchcraft, right? From Norse paganism. Only females were able to do magic, right? He buried, it was either his sword or his axe in his chest in order to prove that it does not matter. Your strength comes from within. I am on now, like, I will learn the female craft and I will teach you that it is okay to have both. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's another sexuality, right? Odin is the masculine motherfucker, all right? He's pretty much the same level of Zeus of I'm a fuck shit, all right? Not quite, but you know, like, but he took on a female practice, you know? He learned stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's asexuality. It just means that you are taking on traits of, say, there's certain African cultures where only females are able to do certain types of hoodoo, right? And then you've got the shamans, and they do a different type of hoodoo. Well, someone that would be a mixed spirit of the both would be able to learn both types, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a gender thing. It means that it is, I took on this part of the craft, and I refuse to go by the standard norms, right? And if enough people want to accept that, they will give it a specific form of title, right? Especially in like cultures that have like native stuff like that. Hawaii having a significant margin of its populace being native to Hawaii, you know? So I wouldn't say that it has anything to gender, but it's more of spiritual practice being taken on. God, these are not the type of streams I like having. I don't like discussing all this shit because someone's gonna get upset and get bitchy about it.
India also has recognized a third gender too for their countries, so.
Okay. And when was that identified? Or recognized, sorry?
I'm gonna look that up real quick, but I know. Also Dion is the French non-binary.
Well, he's French, it doesn't count.
Born.
It's French, it doesn't count. Fuck the French.
Sorry, Cavalier Dion.
Yeah, fuck the French. I'm Canadian, I can say that. And fuck you, because I know you're part French. But, fuck, what was I just saying? Yeah, not a big fan of these type of discussions on stream because nobody really cares for them. They're not really fun. They're more of just like, hey, let's find a way to cancel trash. And it's like, okay, I have my own understanding of things, and no offense to some people, I really don't care to try and learn yours. Because I base everything that I know off of studies and off of documented parts of history and off of the possibility that, hey, it could just be mental health being a leading contributor to it, because what high schooler was not depressed at one point or another? All right, like, I'm part of a community now. That's what it is. I feel included. I feel like there's something worth living for. I just wasn't identifying with something that was me. And it's like, not like a moment of weakness, but it's like a church praying on someone that's, you know, going through a hard time. You know, kind of same idea when you come down to it. But it's not an intentional one. It's like, hey, yeah, that doesn't count then. Fuck that. Modern bullshit. That's exactly against what I was just saying. Like, that is... that just proves my point more. You trash, you can shut the convo down at any time. Yeah, but like, if I finish before I get to like the end of the thought, it doesn't sound like I'm understanding, right? And that I'm just being a bigot. When really, it's not that I'm bigoted, all right? Again, as I said, born with a penis, never felt like it was the right thing for you, you know? And you've always wanted to be a female, congratulations, you are a female. But if you are just a dude that likes to wear a dress, like me, that doesn't make you female. And that's where the misconception comes from. I like feminine things. Feminine, not female. I'm not female. I just like feminine things because I like looking pretty. And a story. That's the whole thing. You know, like that's pretty much all there is to it. But, you know, we're taught at a young age that, oh, that's this now. That means that you're this. Again, going back to the demisexual thing. You have standards. I'm a whore. You're not. Congrats, you know. 64, what's up, man? I've learned a lot and I enjoy receiving knowledge. Thank you. Yeah, but like, I don't know, I also come across as quite the asshole all the time. Of which, you know, fair, I am an asshole. But like, I back up what I'm saying. And I will stop to learn if it's not something I already know, right? And even then I'll listen and be like, okay, here's your perspective. All right, okay. How does that contribute without going against what was already stated? You know? Like, no offense, Kat, gonna use it as an example. Bringing up something from 2014. Do you remember when we started going to high school and that started becoming a thing? Because you're a couple years older than me and I started going to high school in 2010. This was already a thing by the time I was in high school.
I went to high school in
I'm talking about like grade 9.
10.
Well, not,
Yeah,
okay, your
2010.
middle school age and high school age are different here. For me, high school is grade 9. So.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
so you would have been 2008,
middle
2007?
school for me was 2006.
For grade 9. Yeah. So like, age 14, right? That would have been 2010 for me. So I would have been graduating when that came into effect. That was long before then that happened, all right? When people started believing that. So being identified in a modern state doesn't necessarily lead to the point that I'm talking about, because we're talking about history, right? And on how it would have been identified. The modern interpretation of how things are doesn't necessarily relate because it's still based off the idea that we need to be part of a group, mental health, needing to be a part of a community as someone that is going through depression, you know, being preyed upon by other people on the internet that they don't even realize is they're preying on people and they don't realize they're being preyed on, right? Because it is a lack of understanding of what is being done, right? We're so connected that we don't realize that we're actually hurting each other. That is the world that we live in. Right? Like, if Tumblr never existed and people were not given as much freedom to write whatever the fuck they want, if the internet was more moderated, right, and I wasn't allowed to stream like the way I am right now, giving you my opinion, and we were moderated on everything that we did, all right, like what happens in China, for example, right, where you can't even, Winnie the Pooh is outlawed there because someone made a joke saying that the leader of China looked like Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is now completely illegal and you could be arrested in China if you mention Winnie the Pooh. All right. If we were moderated like that, there wouldn't be all this stuff because the Western world is the one that developed it. You don't see any of this in other like Eastern countries, right? Unless they are heavily integrated with Western culture. Japan, for example, is not. China is not. Thailand is not. You know, Korea sort of is, but is not. You know, all of these countries, not related. Russians, not really a part of it either, right? But then you take, like, say, India. Well, India has such a large connection with North America that it is undoubtedly influenced by it, right? Sounds terrible, but how many scam calls have you gotten and the person had an Indian accent, right? They're integrated with our society so well because there are heavy communications between America, Canada, and India. because, you know, labor laws there are very different, and the amount that you have to pay someone is completely different, right? And that's why we do that, right? Because then our government can get information from them by giving them our numbers, and then they're able to scam us, and then they get paid, we get paid. It sounds terrible, but it's just economics. It doesn't matter where it is, right? It could be, you know, Ohio to Pennsylvania to New York, right? Even, but like, it's just a situation that has happened. You know, like, it's just a specific country that we have integrated with our society, right? India is very heavily influenced by Western culture, right? Don't believe me? Look at the whole PewDiePie and T-Series thing. A large percentage of the people there are actually, like, supporting PewDiePie. You know, like, if that doesn't say anything, and I mean, obviously PewDiePie is in Europe, but Europe is Western society, right? So, like, they're very heavily influenced by what the Americas do as well, right? But then you say, look at, say, South America even, right? They aren't going to be nearly as influenced as, like, Northern Hemisphere type stuff, right? North America and South America, very separate. I'm sure there's probably some, integration of westernized culture in South America, right? Even though they're technically the West as well. But it's not going to be as heavy, right? So they're probably going to view it the exact same, or at least very similar to, you know, like Eastern Asian countries, or say, like the Russians would. So it's really down to how the regulation on the internet and allowing us to be as free as we were for such a long period of time developed into a point where all of us started to form our own groups to be independent because, well, a pansexual is a bisexual, but they're for all of the genders. Well, all of these genders didn't exist before they were all created on, you know, Tumblr and Twitter and all these other websites that developed over time, you know. So that would have been during the late 2000s, early 2010s when all of this started, right? But someone that identifies as pansexual today, 30 years ago, would have identified as bisexual, right? Because all of those genders didn't exist. So it's more of, it's trying to be independent and unique while trying to be part of a group, because instinctually you want to be part of a group. By society, you need to be individuals, you know? Still feel like a sense is kind of part of life learn, and part is learning, but also making mistakes. People learn over time and just got to be patient. That's just my opinion, though, as long as it doesn't kill anyone or hurt a certain group of people out of bias. Exactly. Like again, as I said, I have nothing against anyone that identifies as all these different things. All right. Do I want to try and understand specifically what each and every one is? No, I don't give a fuck. However, I will still respect it. I don't need to understand it to respect it. All right. I don't need to know everything about your specific gender identity or your sexuality to respect you as a person. You're still a person, all right? When hate crimes start coming into it, then I'll defend it. But until that point, I don't really care about it, right? If you start hating on someone because they identify as an Apache attack helicopter, all right? And, you know, like they're fucking, you know, like maybe they're like a tree sexual or something. I'm just making stuff up. I don't fucking know. All right. If they identify as that and you want to beat the shit out of them for that, I will defend the person that is getting beat up, because there's no reason to beat up someone just for what they believe they are. Okay. Not unless you believe that, you know, you're a Nazi, in which case then I'll beat you up for being a Nazi, but that's completely different. We all bleed the same red, you know, bro. Oh, kind of. Yeah. But like, once you start hating on someone for their gender identity and their sexuality, that's when you're the problem, right? I will defend that person then. But until that point, I don't give a shit. You are what you are, right? Do I want to understand you? No. Am I going to try and understand you after I'm defending you? No. But I will not let someone try and harm you for what you identify as. Because that's just fucked up. Like, to me, that's no different than being, you know, like a standard understanding of like transgender or anything like that, or sexuality, right? Whether it be gay, straight, bi, whatever, right? To me, it's no different. You're this other gender or this other sexual identity that I don't know or understand, but I will still defend you from someone trying to harm you because of it. Because that is the right thing to do.
By the way,
but I don't care to understand it. Yes.
pansexual was a term that was found all the way in Merriam's dictionary since 1969.
You have source for that?
Yep, Merriam Dictionary.
Okay, but like, do you have a source for that you can link me? I have no qualms with being wrong about things. The popularization is more of what I'm talking about anyways. But there weren't all of these genders and everything like 30 years ago. Now, will I still defend them if someone's attacking them for it? Yes. Do I care to understand it? No. Because to me, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you're a person. So long as you're not harming anybody, who cares? But I can still explain to you on a psychological point on where it developed. And then I can also explain to you from a biological standpoint on how there are only two sexes, right? And gender is, again, a mental health thing and a psychological thing, right? Because you'll identify as different things if you were to be exposed to it at different points in life. And which is, you know, you could take two people that are complete clones of each other, put one through a really shitty life, and put the other one through a not so bad life, right? You take a third one and put it through a perfect life. And you introduce them to different things, they will identify as different things. Because it's just your mental state, how vulnerable you are to learning specific things, and at what time it happened, right? It's down to psychology. That's really all it is. And, you know, from a biological standpoint, XY chromosomes, that's all it is. Like, do you identify as one or more than the other? Again, that's a psychology thing, right? But mentally, if you do a brain scan of someone that is male to female or female to male, if you do a brain scan, because the male brain and the female brain work completely different. They're very incredibly similar, but the brain waves work different because naturally, instinctually, we have different priorities, right? So a male to female will still identify as female on brain scans because their brain is psychologically set that way. However, scans that were done on people that were any of these middle ones, it identified as male or female. There was no like gray area in the middle of it. They identified as in the like one or the other. So if they were to be retaken in like 20 years, it would probably still identify the exact same way at the brain scan. But again, end of the day, people are people. Show them respect. It doesn't matter what they identify as, but you can still criticize people if they try to use it as an excuse for something, right? Well, at least that's my belief. But if anyone ever tries to attack someone because of their... Okay. If anyone ever tries to harm someone because of their gender identity or sexuality, kick the shit out of that person. Because that is a bad person. And no, I'm not saying you should violently harm people, but I'm just saying you should vehemently protect others. At any cost that's necessary. That's my belief system. That's the whole fuck around and find out in justification for my actions, you know? There was a school shooting in America recently, and on the Reddit, they snatched a photo of someone that looks similar to the school shooter in women's clothes to try to clown on trans people instead of focus on the main problem, aka a school shooter. The person in the photo literally called them out being like, that's me, and also I'm alive, and he's not. Shut the fuck up, red pillars. Oh god. Yeah, I don't understand why some people think it's okay to act like a piece of shit about something that's a terrible event, right? Like, you should never, ever fucking joke about a school shooting. However, on that note though, there are certain distances in time where things are far enough back that it can be the situation itself, not the specific individuals harmed by it, but like saying jet fuel can't melt steel beams type thing, right? Inside job, right? Lots of people died that day, but that's a point that can be made, and you know, jokes can be made about dark things because sometimes that's how people cope, right? However, if it's a recent thing and you're using another person as, you know, a target within this, that's fucked up, right? That is just completely wrong. If you want to make a joke about like Columbine, it's like, oh, why didn't they just pull the fire alarm and get them when they were lined up outside? You know, like that's a joke on the situation, right? Still fucked up, but it's humor to cope with things. It's dark humor, yes, and dark humor is completely okay, provided you have the right company for it. Yeah, it happened like yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying, Bex, that it's not okay because of how quick it happened, right? There's a certain allotted amount of time before it is okay to make dark humor about things, right? Like, if your mother dies today, I'm not gonna go, like, well, fuck that bitch, right? Like, no, there's a certain amount of time where you yourself might make a joke about it, right? If you have a dark sense of humor, right? Like, some people are just like that, or like, she was a bitch anyways, type thing. Like there's certain allotted amount of times between where it's comfortable to say something. Like, for example, my cousin, he's missing part of his ring finger and part of like the top part of his middle finger because he got it caught in a machine, right? When he was at work. Well, he, for the longest time, was very self-conscious about it, you know, like, fuck, my hands are messed up, I'm ugly, you know, this, that, whatever. And now he goes, man, I cannot wait till I have kids because I'm going to sit there and when I go to count to 3, it's going to be like 1, 2, 2.5, 3, you know, because he's got a half finger now. All right. So, like, there's a certain amount of time before it becomes comfortable and okay to make jokes like that, right? Him being a good example of that, you know? But for the longest time, he was super depressed about it, hated his life because I'm ugly now, I'm disfigured, right? Now he's just like, it's gonna be fucking funny when I have kids, you know? So, you know, it's situational shit, you know? Like, that's just how life goes. It's situational, right? Like, you can make jokes about 9/11 provided you're in the right company, right? Because some people, they lost family that day and they still don't think it's funny. But other people that aren't connected to it in one way or another just go, yeah, okay, yeah, jet fuel, yeah, funny, you know? Like, yeah, someone that was in a school shooting, maybe don't make a joke about a school shooting, right? Just makes sense, right? Unless they themselves have done it, because you have to, like, read the room, you have to understand your crowd, you have to be, like, a proper understanding of your surroundings, you know? So that's where I think a lot of people get messed up on shit. They think it's okay because on the internet you can be anonymous, and being anonymous allows you to make a joke about literally anything because it didn't affect me personally. Yes, but people are still grieving. Give them time to grieve, give them time to settle, and then give them time to come to terms with it. And then jokes can be made, provided that those people themselves are okay with you making that joke to them. But the internet has given us anonymity, and we can say whatever the fuck we want.
I also feel you shouldn't make jokes on the anniversary. That's just... it's fucked.
It's a situational thing, right? It has to do with your company.
I mean, I had one person who's like, you know, Pete Davidson makes jokes about 9/11. His dad died.
Okay, so he had time to grieve and settle and come to terms with it. Yeah, so he had time to come to terms with it, so he'd be allowed.
Yeah, why wouldn't, or why does he get to make jokes when we can't? And it's like, because he's directly involved with losing his father and having to grow up without a father.
Yeah, and again, it's up to your company that you're with, because some people, they don't give a fuck. Like, if you make bad jokes to me, I'm like, okay, yeah. Because I generally don't give a fuck about anything, right? But there's certain situations, like, say if I had, like, a good friend and they just lost a family member and somebody else made a joke about them losing that family member, I would probably clock that motherfucker. Especially if they said it in front of that person. Because that's not fucking funny, right? If it was like years later and the person was completely okay, they've grieved and they've already made jokes about losing that family member, and the other person does too, I'll read the room and I'll see if that friend thought it was funny or not. If they didn't, probably just gonna knock the teeth down the throat anyways, because, well, you fucked up. It's not your place to make that joke. Alright? It's again, it's situational, right? Like, do you want to hear something incredibly fucked up? There is a stereotype that people from India work at 7-Eleven, right? Everyone knows this stereotype. You go to a 7-Eleven, you expect someone that's Indian, right? Because it's just a stereotype, right? Is it always true? Obviously fucking not. Do you know that India was bombed on July 11th? The 7-Eleven bombings? A little bit fucked up that we as Western America, you know, or Western countries of North America, you know, believe that they would work at 7-Eleven. You might not have even known that that is where the stereotype comes from. But that's where it came from. And then coincidentally, it just turned out that there was a good chain of, chain of stores to work at. So people immigrating to North America to get away from a life that they didn't want anymore, they ended up working there because it's somewhere to work. Yeah. Just thinking that you're going to see someone that is, you know, of Indian descent working at 7-Eleven is technically making fun of the 7-Eleven bombings in India. Technically. But are they going to get upset about you or about that? Probably not. Because that's just how life is, you know? Like, sometimes certain things are understood and other things aren't.
Also, would you mind making an invite plus session?
Why?
For instance, I have a friend who wants to join.
Okay, but who?
An Australian.
That doesn't answer my fucking question. It's my stream.
I know. The name is Joffles.
If I don't know them, then no.
Fair.
I'm not risking my fucking career on people I don't know. Unless I'm in a public world and I have the ability to, like, you know, deny, hey, I don't fucking know this guy. Because that's how the TOS works. I'm not gonna have someone that is a friend of a friend that I purposely invited into my world cost me my fucking job. Remember you asked like 3 times what I was busy with when my dog died, to be honest, and it was kind of hilarious looking back at it. And don't worry, I know it wasn't on purpose. You're just a baka. Yeah, like, see, like, that's another thing. Like, if I have a specific meme that I accidentally sent to somebody that was really important to me at a time, right? They're not really overly important to me anymore, but, you know, at the time, their ex-boyfriend had hung himself without thinking, situational to the jokes and the memes that I knew that they were okay with. I sent one where it was like a doge that had hung itself because it was like, that was stupid, you know? And then I thought about it immediately after, like, holy fuck, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send that meme. I'm so sorry. Luckily, it had been long enough since her ex had hung himself that she was like, oh, that was fucking funny, right? But like, it could have been really fucking bad, right? Because I generally don't give a fuck if I upset somebody. But I was like, they probably are not done grieving. This has been less than a year, right? And no, she had already come to terms with the whole thing. So she thought it was funny that I sent that meme because she didn't even think about her ex when it came to it. I just said, I'm sorry. And then she realized what I was apologizing for. She's like, oh no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But like, imagine if I sent that to you, Vex, during that time. That probably wouldn't have been a good time. And like, the amount of times that I said that it's like an IRL Vine boom. Oh god. Like, there was a amount of times where, like, Vex would be out doing something. I was like, oh, she's probably out walking her dog. Because every time that she was busy, she was out walking her dog. Her dog had just died. And I didn't think about that. And I was so, like, angry at myself for being a baka. But, like, Vex, you could admit that every time you were busy, you were taking your dog for a walk. Like, it was always, like, that was what it was. You were with us, or you were walking your dog. And then, dog left. And you were just like taking a piss or something, and I just assumed because for months that's always what it was. And I kept forgetting because I have small brain. My tummy is doing a major rumbly. Time to eat the only sustenance that I have. Chips Ahoy chunks. It was always trash, ... And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Because I'm fucking stupid. Wow, this room is getting really fucking hot, even for me. Holy shit. Like, insanely fucking hot in this room right now. Kind of afraid that my computer might overheat. Oh, whoa. Yes, you're getting steamy, bro. I'm gonna sweat all in my Gargura shirt. Actually, hold up. Have you guys seen my Gargura shirt? Hold on, let me turn this on. Let me load this up. Let me add a thing over here. Bop. Nope, that's not the right thing. This is gonna look like shit, but don't worry about it. Oh god, what did I just move? Hold on, transform. Hold up. Center to screen. Alt, drag, alt, drag, alt, drag. I'm itty bitty, but don't worry about it. Alright, I gotta fix my weight balancing. Alright, whatever. I'm wearing my shrimp shirt. I got my shrimp shirt on. Yeah, I'm breaking your immersion. I'm not a VTuber anymore, guys. I'm an IRL streamer. What's up? Gecky got me this. I'm a shrimp. I'm a shrimp. This is on my throne, by the way. I'm just saying. Need to do one of these. I'm just saying. I mean, you can go and get me some stuff, or you can look at my wish list and see all the shit that I got on there. I mean, it is what it is. Also, you like my background? I mean, I got my tapestry. I don't like the color balancing on this. What is wrong with it? Webcam filters. Yeah, that made it no better. No wonder I always use Snapcam. God damn, I look ugly as shit right now. Baby's like, it's IRL trash. Yeah, what's up? I'm a shrimp. This is my only sustenance. Oh, remember how I said I was missing that skull? I found it. It's sitting over here on my table. This is the one I was talking about that I had in like the middle of my desk. Hey. Still gotta do like an IRL stream where I show off my setup once it's all fully set up. Oh, and then this is the other skull that I have.
Okay, I'm gonna go join up with my friend. I'll see you later, Jack.
Alright, bye, have fun. What else do I got to show off? A whole lot of nothing. I have a light right here next to me, but I still need to set it up. So that's gonna be fun. I have to like set like a build a thing that I gotta put up on the corner. That way I got a light over there. I got a light over here. I could change it to like. Bah. That was the pink and blue one. That works. Alright, this is probably gonna end up. Yeah, it's gonna give me a fucking seizure. Hey, I can have purple lighting. Alright, let's go. I'm a purple boy. Alright. Alright, there we go. Now we're the purple boy shrimp. Can I actually turn that up? Nope. It's stuck at that light. Yeah. See, we can do IRL shit. Yay, look at me. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Yeah, this is literally what I've been doing. I've just been like, alright, cool. Like, that's the shit I've been doing this whole time. And I've just been like standing here. I'm like, alright, got my standing desk. It's all nice. It's all pretty. Got my chair over there. Over there. And we vibing. Okay? We vibing. I gotta turn off my fucking webcam though. Cause, yeah, I don't look like good today. I just want to show off that I'm wearing my shrimp shirt. Now to turn off the light too. Alright, What to do? Why is my webcam still turned on? Alright, there we go. Got it all set so it's not still on. Alright. Womp womp. Womp womp. Alright. Making sure everything's all set up still correctly, because I think I fucked some shit up. Should be Gucci. Alright. Yeah. We should be good. Let's see if anyone else is online that we can go and bother. Social. Alright, let's get banned for somebody having some inappropriate model, probably. Alright, We're just gonna go through real quick and see who's online. Yep, not a whole lot of people. Well, would you look at that? I have no fucking friends. Welcome back, Arson Queen. How you doing? You missed it. I was doing a bit of IRL for a bit. I was showing off my shirt, my shrimp shirt. Yeah. My back is actually starting to hurt. I might want to sit down. Ugh. So I'm gonna do that. Oh god. 1 second. All right, I'm back, and now I'm sitting. Yay. Just like my model. With the booba. All right, I don't know, do you guys want to do something else? Do we want to keep playing VRChat? Do we want to adventure through, like, public worlds? What do you guys feel like doing? Because I feel like we can probably get up to something. I don't know what, but we can get up to something. I mean, like, we should probably get back into play Minecraft at some point. 1.19 did just come out. So now we've got, like, redwood. I can make so many things with my village that I wanted to do. And I can use actual red instead of, like, pink and, like, orange. I can use red. We should go to a store. A store? Why are we going to a store? What store do we have to go to? Alright, time to be Miku. Oh, stand up. Ah! And then... Alright, there we go. An accurate depiction of me as a person. Wait, how was I so close before? And now I'm not. The hell? Alright, whatever, fuck it. What store should we go to, friendo? What do you think? What do you feel we should do? Should I just, like, start, like, showing off stuff and being like, hey, look, go and follow me on this, or do this, or this, whatever. I've been able to do that in a while. COVID's got me trapped. Your country still has COVID? What the fuck? We haven't been wearing masks since, like, February. What country do you live in? The hell? That is wild to think that people are still worrying about that now. Like, what the fuck? Like, we haven't had to deal with that in like half a year almost. Like, I am honestly perplexed by that. Like, what the fuck? Okay, but like, how does your country still have that? Like, that is the question. Because like, most of the world was just like, yeah, all right, that is we're not gonna lie, it wasn't as bad as we said, and we just wanted to kind of control everyone. Like, Australia was really bad for that. They even had like an actual government official come out and say that if you were tested positive for COVID and then you were clean for 2 weeks, you know, negative for 2 weeks because you already had it pass and you were to break your arm riding your bike, they would admit you as a COVID patient in order to up the numbers. Like, that was actually admitted on Australian television. And like, other countries were like, yeah, we kind of did the same kind of thing, and like, we kind of blew it out of proportion, and it was kind of like outed that like it was a whole like kind of fuck up a lot of like small business owners and, you know, kind of control people more. And yeah, like, once that kind of came out, everyone was like, yeah, all right, well, fuck it. And then like, we haven't had masks being mandatory in like fucking forever, right? Like, only certain things still have masks as a mandatory thing, and that's because at the company's discretion they can do that. but it's not my country. It's just not me wanting to get people sick. I mean, it's just the common cold. That's pretty much all it was. They even admitted to that. I mean, makes perfect sense. The common cold is a coronavirus. So, I mean, like, you're also not supposed to, what's it called? Vaccinate for coronaviruses, because then they develop into, like, influenzas, of which then you need a vaccination every year. But, like, I haven't gotten my flu shot the past few years. I haven't gotten it fucking in many, many years. And, yeah, I don't get the flu either. Mind you, I just don't get sick. But, yeah, like, Biology 101 in 10th grade teaches you not to, you know, vaccinate coronaviruses because they're hyper-adaptive. And then you create super viruses. Wait, this kind of unrelated, but did you see the compilations of politicians putting masks but failing and blindfolding themselves on accident? I have not, but that sounds fucking hilarious. I do remember that there was the one politician talking about how, like, we need to keep our, like, hands away from our face, and then immediately licks her finger. Immediately after saying that, licks her finger in order to swipe a page on the thing that she's reading. Try to find it and send it to you. All right, dope. But like, I remember that was fucking hilarious. That was sometime last year. But I was like, bro, just don't get sick, easy peasy. It's more for my peace of mind and just for me to feel safer. I mean, fair enough. I just don't get sick. Like, when like, some of my family members ended up getting COVID, and we all live in the same house. So my mom, my little brother, and our roommate all got it. And like, it was just a bad cold, all right? And my dad and I, we just don't get sick. Like, the last time him and I got sick was in 2017, and that was because we got a substrain of the swine flu, which is from like 2009, 2011, 2013, somewhere around there. I think it was 2011, maybe 2009. But like the swine flu, you know, the thing that was like, hey, there's like a 70% mortality rate. Yeah, we got a substrain of that, meaning it was a stronger strain. That was the only thing that we got sick from. And that was the last time we got sick, and that was like 5 years ago. So we are just walking around like it's no big deal because everyone else in our family is like, can you do this? And it's like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, you want an orange juice, you want like whatever. Taking care of them. But like, turn, look at each other, want to go out for a beer? Yeah, let's go for a beer, right? Like that was pretty much our day because we don't get sick because our body temperature is like, sits at about 103, of which is 1 below a high fever, but it's just our natural core temperature is way too hot. So nothing can survive in us. So, you know, we ain't gonna get sick. It's just how it is. My pops and I are pretty much invulnerable to sickness, homie. Hello. I am on your screen. Ta-da! Alright, plus I have two old people in my house, and I have to go to my dad's every once in a while, and he had cancer and his symptoms are still fucked up. Yo, well, that's immunocompromised, but you shouldn't even go there with a common cold then. So, that's just how that goes. Like, if someone's, like, immunocompromised... Technically, the funny thing is, I am immunocompromised because of my heart problems. However, I just can't get sick because my core temperature is so high. I find that very humorous. That I am someone that is immunocompromised but is unable to get sick. Or most of the time is unable to get sick. It's one of the most interesting, weird concepts that I have to deal with. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna just sit like this. This is closer to screen. It looks a little bit more, we're friends, you know, we're close. We're saying hi, you know, we're vibing. What do we want to do? Fuck, man. Now that I'm not standing, I'm not bouncing around getting a bunch of energy out. I don't know. What should we do? Suggestions, ideas? I need y'all to tell me what you want. I'm just a little waifu, just vibing. Fuck you. But yeah. I don't really want to talk about COVID as a subject. That's not a fucking fun one. I don't want to talk about, like, identity of gender and sexuality and stuff, because that's not a fun one. No one gives a shit about hearing that. Fuck. What have I done, aside from, like, hurting myself a whole lot? I've already mentioned, like, but I nearly hit myself in the leg with a hatchet again. Oh, I mean, I did technically hit myself in the leg with a hatchet, but, like, I turned it sideways as it hit me. So, what do we do? What do we talk about? Vex never hopped on. She said she would, but I mean, betrayed me. As to be expected. I'm also thinking that, like, I gotta remake, like, my whole schedule kind of thing. I honestly think that we should start at 11 and probably go for, like, 3-4 hours. I'm not gonna set, like, a cap, so in case I only stream for an hour, fuck it. Game I was working on something. I'm all let down. Go me, I was working. That's all good. I don't mind, Vex. I expect it from you. Break my heart again. I thought you were my one true waifu, but instead, she ruined my waifu. Oh God. Oh.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
Fuck.
You make me sick,
man.
you big baby!
Well, that was a very nice fuck. Shit. God damn it. I've been insulted.
Hey, stop! Why? I just don't get it. I always catch you fuckers watching this sick shit. This is sickening.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Don't let your kids watch it!
Alright, there's your entertainment for the day. Yeah, that is what happens when I fuck around with green screen shit. Yeah. It's almost 3 a.m. and I'm starving, but I can't leave my room. Just tell the Uber Eats guy to bring it directly to your bedroom. The Anya Smug? It's not Anya Smug. This is an original fucking model, I swear to God. Alright. It's just Smug. This model was out when, like, VRChat first came out, okay? Like, okay, you wanna know how you could tell? This is the laying down position. Okay? This is a 1.0 build model style, okay? This is no. Not Anya Smug, just a fucking smug face, okay? Fuck you. Don't get me wrong, I love fucking Spy X Family, but like, nah, it's just a smug face. I'm broke at the moment. Uber Eats is out of the budget. Bro, Uber Eats is always out of the budget. Like, Uber Eats is way too fucking expensive, bro. God, I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. It's almost like it's a smug face, and it's incredibly common across all of anime and manga. So, who would think that maybe a lolly Miku would maybe have that? Huh? Or maybe the mangaka and the anime peoples that were drawing it took, you know, influence from some other shit. Huh? Who'd have fucking thought of that? I accidentally did the slap thing. But yeah. I'm gonna climb out of my room and eat some fucking leaves. Do it. Become a fucking Neopleurodon. Eat some leaves. Alright, what to do? Man, I really gotta get like new headphones though. Specifically new earbuds, because I don't really like wearing headphones all the time. Because of my spacers. They get like all gross. It's not fun. Leaves. Motherfucker tree star, bitch! Ah! Would you eat a motherfucker tree star? Alright, that was about as entertaining as I'm gonna get for the evening. Sans. I don't know how to properly say your name, so I'm not gonna say the full thing, but hello, welcome to the stream. I'm a dumbass. All I have in my room is water and old chips. Hashtag relatable. Also, thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Ah, boy, what do we want to talk about now? We've talked about a lot of things that I probably should not have because cancel culture is going to hit me at some point or another. You have peaches? Motherfucking peaches? Peaches do be good, man. They do be good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
They do be peaches. Alright, I don't know, maybe we should like talk about what I want to do for like future stream shit. Our Lord and Savior Peaches. Oh my God, Lord and Savior Peaches! Ah, bro. I'm a dumbass. Don't mind me. Tea is what I got. Yo, motherfucker, what type of tea you got? I'm gonna judge you if it's green tea. But, like, I understand, but, like, I'm gonna judge you. Wait, Trash, is your user on VRC the same as your channel? Bruh. 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 The fuck you think I use my username for? Oh god, I gotta update that. That's disgustingly old. Delete. Wow, it's been updated. Awesome. But it homemade sweet tea? Okay, I ain't judging too much then. I ain't gonna judge too much. I can't judge sweet tea. Could've just said yes. Bitch, what the fuck you think my username is? Huh? My username's always the same on fucking everything. Well, actually, that's not true. Sometimes it's TrashMouthCOS or TrashMouth was taken. But just assume that I got my underscores, okay, homie? Don't be fucking stupid. Alright, yeah, so we should probably come up with some ideas for what I want to do for, like, future stream shit. So I've already got, like, my community content day planned out. I've got the recording day thing planned out. We've got VRC day, so we should probably figure out some other stuff. Maybe we'll do, like, Mondays as, like, the random game day. Like, I was doing Minecraft on those days, too. But we were playing Ocarina of Time as, like, a casual playthrough. So maybe, like, we'll pick up on that next time. And then after that, we'll do that mod that's supposed to take place between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then we'll do Majora's Mask. That sounds like a good plan. And then I figured, like, one of the other days in the week, we could do, like, just random fucking shit. I don't know. Maybe gaming, maybe chatting. One less underscore. That is so rare. That only happens on TikTok, because TikTok's a piece of shit. Well, I guess, and Instagram. But, do you know what the Juggernaut is from Marvel? I'm assuming that's supposed to say Marvel? Yes, of course I know who the Juggernaut is.
He's a big boy with a round head. He's very strong. He rips Deadpool in half in the second movie. He's also one of Spider-Man's nemesis and the X-Men.
I'll trade you some peaches in half, drinking the water for whatever tea you got. Oh god. Bring back Genshin? Bro, I would be so bad at Genshin if I started playing again. If I started playing Genshin again, I would be so bad. There's so much to do. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing Genshin. I'd be fine. No, bro, you don't even understand. Like, I tried playing, and I was so fucking bad. I was like, I used to never get hit, and now I'm dying constantly. It'd take me like, it's fucking like 3 hours to get better at it again. But like, still, like, man, do you want Genshin? I'll play Genshin again. There's just not a whole lot for me to do anymore. Like, until they like release like a new region, like, there's not really anything for me to play. Like, I literally just no-lifed the shit out of that game. The fuck? Arson, what the hell is that? They did? There's no way that there's a 4th region. They have not released a 4th region already. And Kenomiya and the Chasm? I leave and Vex joins? What do you mean Vex joins? Vex has been here the whole fucking time. More like mini regions? Nah, I mean like a full fucking region for me to go and do shit. It's mobile kids games? Oh, okay, yeah, I had no idea what the fuck that is. Started playing Genshin again, I was getting slapped because I'm bad. Bro, like, I was so good, and then I was like, I'm getting fucked up by, like, standard enemies. What is this? I had to, like, swap back to Diluc only and just beat the shit out of everything. So, like, at least this works. No, that's coming, like, 2.9. Yeah, exactly. Like, I need a full fucking region to get back into that game. That is way... It's just boring. I've done everything. And, like, mini regions don't interest me. These random little events where you go through, like, a little warp gate and do some stupid shit. Like, it's just like, okay, congrats, you've given me limitations on how to fight something, and I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. It's boring. I don't even care. Juggernaut dukes with Hulk on many occasions and even makes the strength of the World War Hulk. Neat. I mean, his whole point is that he's super strong, so.
Did you know that Spectacular Spider-Man originally was supposed to become smarter than Dr. Reed Richards and Tony Stark combined, and was going to be like super intelligent and was stronger than the Hulk, because the Hulk's original strength is based off of his anger, but Spider-Man's is off of his passion. So whether he's passionate about kicking your ass, saving someone's life, love, happiness, anger, doesn't matter. He had the same type of idea as the Hulk. Spider-Man was supposed to be incredibly fucking overpowered in every degree, but then they nerfed the shit out of him because he started killing everything. Spider-Man, there is a Spider-Man that learns how to fight Wolverine from Wolverine, and then learns a fighting style from some like super Shaolin monk type motherfucker dude. I forget his name. And then beats the shit out of and kills Wolverine because Wolverine turns evil or some shit. That's wild. Spider-Man is scary. He also grabs fucking Kingpin by the titty and just holds the motherfucker as if he's holding a shirt and tells him, and he's not even wearing his mask because they sent someone to go and kill Aunt May, and you know, she ended up in the hospital. So he shows up in the prison where this motherfucker is, and he holds him by the titty and he kicks the living shit out of him and says, every single one of you know my face. Every single one of you might know my name. And if a single one of you shows up at my family's home again, I will personally fucking kill you. Right? Doesn't say fucking, but you know he meant fucking. Like, Spider-Man is scary as shit because he went in without his mask just to kick the shit out of Kingpin because Kingpin sent someone to go and kill Aunt May, and he was like, nah, and he beat the ever-living shit out of this massive monster of a man and looks at everyone else and goes, yeah, I will kill you. Do not threaten my family. Like, because he has to hold back all the time. When Doc Ock trades bodies with Spider-Man, he punches the jaw off of Scorpion because he didn't realize how strong Spider-Man was and how much he held back when fighting him. He was like, oh my god, this guy's terrifying and I'm in his body. What the fuck? You gotta do the numbers to get those 100k crits. Nah, man. Genshin's just boring until I get a new region to explore and go and like unlock shit and a shit ton of new missions. I have a recommendation. I personally think you should play Animal Crossing. It's amazing. Fuck it, Animal Crossing. I've already played that on stream enough. It got boring as shit and had no views. It was not fun. It was something to do. We spent fucking 3 hours picking up weeds, and then it was just boring. It just wasn't a good time. Got my Yanfei doing 50k occasionally. I got you, bro. I have like my infinite power loop with Diluc. I'm Gucci, don't worry. But nah, man, I just, Genshin became really boring because I did everything. And then I was just like, yeah, this new thing is just a repetitive thing over and over. I'm not interested in doing this. Right? Like, no bueno. So until I get a whole new region to fuck around in, nah. I'd done damn near every side quest. Like, there was only like a couple that I didn't do because they just were super boring. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to finish this one. Do you know Tryon Juggernaut? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know a whole lot about like X-Men villains. I was like a Spider-Man, Iron Man kid, and this was like long before like the Marvel movies. Hell, it was even before like the Sony like Spider-Man 1 and 2 and 3 type thing. Nah, I just always, like, my older brother had like Spider-Man comic books, and then we had a Spider-Man video game for the PlayStation 1. So I was just always a Spider-Man kid. And then I learned that Iron Man was just like this super smart guy in a metal suit. And I'm not gonna lie, his suit reminded me of Spider-Man as a child, so I liked him. And that's just kind of stuck with me. Okay, but trash. Remember, Black Cat? Oh my god, I lost. Wait, what? The fuck? What are we saying? What? Huh? Are you talking about like the person from like Marvel? Or is there something I'm missing? I'm sitting here and I'm stupid. Spider-Man Catwoman? Okay, yeah. I mean, she's cute, yeah. I got a thing for girls with white hair. I got a thing for characters with white hair. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, if you don't believe me, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. I got a thing for like white hair. Oh, that's not what I want. I kind of like white hair a bit. Strongest version of Juggernaut, he was so strong that he ripped holes in space and time by punching time. Okay, so like that's just a very common thing in Marvel that people do that though. They're like, oh, we broke a dimension, we did a thing. Yay, let's fuck some shit up. I'm super powerful for no apparent reason. Yeah, yeet, my dude. And it's like, wow, okay. Well, that probably wasn't your best bet, but you know what? You do you. Ah, where do I want to go? There's gotta be somewhere fun to go hang out. I want to go somewhere bright with a mirror. I don't know, I've always liked this place. No instance. Invite only. Go. I loved her, oh my god. Like, when I saw her, I was like 14. I was like, I'm in love. Vex, it's because it was a goth GF. That's why. Okay, guys, I'm gonna lurk for a bit. Might just leave. I'm gonna watch some anime and call a person. Bye, guys. I hope y'all have a great stream. I might be back. Love you guys. All right, take it easy, RC Queen. Have fun. All right. Hopefully there's no world audio. Okay, world is turned off. Oh. I am in the void. Oh. Now I have a voice. Ta-da! All right, let's see how my shader looks for the other one. I mean, it's not terrible here. But like, whatever. We're in the clouds now. That's how it's going to be. And you know what? Can I... Oh, oh. All right, there we go. Now I'm in the way. I'm closer. Ooh, I still don't got facial expressions, do I? I don't know if this one does. Nope, it does not. I did not set them on this one. Fuck. Do I have my facial thing on here? Face mod? Ah, face mod doesn't work on this one. Damn. That sucks. But oh well. There, see? Now you got your risen e-boy in VRChat with his manga shader that doesn't look good. But no big deal. Okay, we'll make it work. I'm kind of a dumbass. Don't mind me. But, oh well. This turn, make it so it's like more like, haha. Ooh. Now I'm looking off to the side, but why not? It looks like I'm looking at chat. True, but I'm just a salty Morbius got a movie, and she hasn't even showed up on any of the Spider-Man movies. It's because she's too sexy. Okay? It's just how it is. She's too attractive. We know that's all it is. She's gonna be hypersexualized, all right? Like, it's just not gonna work. They're gonna just fuck it up. All right, what the fuck is this music? Nah. Lo-fi? Ah, I'm beyond gold. I'm alright with this. Yeah. Catwoman? I mean, yeah, but like, yeah. That's fucking DC though, and you know the only thing that's gotta make people watch their movies is an interesting villain, Batman or Catwoman, so I mean... Marvel doesn't have to deal with that, because they're just like, look at our actually good developed superheroes, because DC's superheroes all fucking suck. They have some of the best villains, but all their heroes fucking suck. It's the same fucking hero over and over. Oh, I'm an orphan. Look at me. I now have magical powers or lots of money to make me have magical powers. Here's my Deus Ex Machina super new power I've just got to be able to kick your ass. All right. Congrats. Kudos. Y'all have like the same fucking shit. Wonder Woman is pretty much just the same as Superman, except she's an Amazoness, not an alien. Okay. She's also invulnerable just like him. Alright, cool. She has a truth whip. Well, congrats. She can't fly, but she has an invisible jet, so she looks like she's flying. Okay. So they're pretty much the same. They're both bulletproof with super strength and super speed. Okay. Just one's a guy, and he's their icon, so he's better. Because DC. That back person was busy, so now I'm just hanging out with you guys. Fair enough. Aliens when he's an orphan prodigy. I mean, think about it. Superman, orphan. Batman, orphan. Aquaman, technically, an orphan. Because his dad does die. I mean, he ends up finding his mom or some shit later on, or whatever. But orphan. All right. Those are like the 3 flagship guys, by the way. And then you got like Wonder Woman. Her entire people are missing, depending on which comic you're reading, of course, right? So either she's trying to get back to her people, or she's the last of her people, depending on which one you read. So technically, orphan. What else do we got? The Martian dude, whatever his name is. Isn't there like no more Martians? Does that not make him an orphan? Like, it's just constant. Hey, you caught a ponytail. Congrats, Vex. Like, it's just like, DC is like, how can we make this sad? Oh, orphaned. Okay. The entire lineage of the fucking Robins, each of them is a fucking orphan. Unless it's like Batman's own kid. And it's just like, bro, like what the fuck? Be creative, would you? But nope. DC be like, nah, all of our superheroes are the same. Pretty much same background story. Villains, fucking amazing villains, right? Their villains are just the more important part of DC. But you look at like Marvel, all their heroes are fucking dope. Do they occasionally have some that have a lot of overlap? Yeah, of course. I mean, Spider-Man is technically an orphan, but he never really met his parents, depending on which story you're reading. So he was never really orphaned because he had his aunt and uncle or his grandparents, depending on the different story. Because I think one of them does make him his grandparents, but it's still Aunt May and whatever, you know, like Iron Man. Well, he had his dad for a long time, but his dad just wasn't present. And then, you know, they end up getting killed, but he's like a teenager at the time, so it's not really like orphan because he's just already a young adult. What else do we got? We got like Daredevil ain't an orphan. He's got an interesting story, you know. Hulk, he wasn't an orphan, he was an experiment, you know. Depending on which story, from his dad or just a quinky dink, you know. Didn't really read the Wonder Woman comics. I read the Catwoman comics and they were fucking great. Her story was cool and she's hot. Okay, so like Catwoman was technically a villain that became like an anti-hero or whatever. But like, you know, Marvel's villains really aren't that great. DC's villains are amazing. But DC's heroes suck and Marvel's heroes are great. So like, it's, I don't know, like it's a kind of a shit kind of thing, right? Like, the villains in Marvel, really not too grand. But the ones in DC, super great. Are they overdone because they keep redoing the same ones over and over? Yes. I mean, like, the amount of times that I've seen Harley Quinn and fucking Joker being reiterated, they're not that complex of characters. You didn't need to do it that many times. Alright. Just do it once, stick with it. Alright, cool. Do a particular Batman line. And then if you want to change it up, do that. But, like, there was no reason for us to have, like, a new Batman every, like, 5 years. Like, what the fuck? Or a new Joker, technically, to go in tandem with it. But don't you love, Kinetic Sandman? What? Kinetic Sandman. What do you mean kinetic? Oh, you mean like just the sand being controlled or whatever. I mean, it's a neat concept. Motherfucker's a sand bender. He belongs in Avatar. DC is pretty much leaving off their villains except Joker with Jared Leto, and they fucked up Joker after that. Well, I mean, like the Joker movie wasn't that bad. But like their villains are the only things important in DC, because their heroes really aren't that interesting. They're all pretty much like carbon copies of each other with minor changes. And like, nah, they're all Gary Stews and Mary Sues. But like, if they focused on more like their sidekicks kind of thing, like Young Justice and Teen Titans and shit, like, yeah, those guys are kind of dope. Like, I would love to have an entire like movie franchise based around like the Teen Titans instead, because like they're so much cooler, you know? Because like you could have taken like the Teen Titans like cartoon show, like the original one, not the Teen Titans Go, and if they made that into like a movie series based off like the major points, and they actually used like Deathstroke instead of like Slade or whatever they called him, because like Slade is like his first name or some shit. But if they had like actual Deathstroke as the main bad guy, and like say they took Robin and he got like the shit kicked out of him and actually ended up becoming like Nightwing later on, like what happens in the fucking TV show, like that would have been fucking dope. Even though I think it's the other fucking Robin that gets the shit kicked out of him, he becomes Red Skull, or not Red Skull, what am I saying? Red Skull's fucking Marvel. The God, what is his name? He's a villain that becomes anti-hero. wears a mask. He's red. God damn it. What is it? Why can I not remember this fucking... He's a Robin, but he's not a Robin. Red Hood, that's what it is. Thank you. Yeah, like, he becomes Red Hood, you know? Like, if they did that kind of plot line, like they changed the Teen Titans a little bit, or they had incorporated that Robin, and that ended up happening to him, and Slade did it instead of Batman because they just like changed up the story from like what it originally was, where, you know, Joker is the one that kind of does it and Batman fails. But if they had Slade do it, and then like when he comes back as like the main bad guy for like this movie franchise or like TV franchise or whatever, that they end up doing with Teen Titans, that'd be fucking dope. All right, because like, you know, like Deathstroke seems like the type to beat Robin to death. Like, why the fuck not? You know, the guy's an assassin, you know, like, rather than having Joker do it, right? And it gives him a reason to like hate, you know, Deathstroke because he did it to the other Robin, right? And then he starts trying to do it to him type thing, and then he like starts like doing like that whole like, oh, you're the evil bad guy thing, and then you have like the Red X or whatever the fuck it was kind of idea. Like, that'd be so neat. Red Skull, my favorite Robin. Oh god, shut up. At least the villains have a great story to make movies, comics. It's cinematically pleasing. But the heroes are just getting old, overrated. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, I did like Aquaman because of Jason Momoa, but like Amber Heard, so no thanks. But like, you know, Jason Momoa, so my man. I gotta get comfy in my chair. Oh shit. Oof. But like, could you imagine like a Teen Titan like TV or movie series and they did it that way, you know? Like, that would be fucking awesome, right? Like, adapt other storylines, right? Like, Dick Grayson gets the shit kicked out of him and becomes Red Hood, I believe, right? It is Dick Grayson, right? Or is Dick Grayson the other one? No, Dick Grayson's the one that becomes Nightwing, right? It's Amber Turd. You're right, it would be Amber Turd. But that'd be cool, right? Like, I would watch DC if they did like a Teen Titans TV, like either TV series or movie cinematic universe thing, because like you could incorporate like the other guys and whatnot, but like adapt the old stories that everyone loves. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a fan of DC, right? I like certain aspects, like I absolutely adore Harley Quinn, right? Doesn't matter what version, but like, you give me Batman, I'm like, well, that's fucking boring. You give me Batman Beyond, fuck, he's dope. You know why? Because he's pretty much a Marvel hero. He doesn't mind kicking the shit out of somebody, you know? You give me like Static Shock, motherfucker was like a Marvel hero. I liked him, right? Very 2000s, you know? 90s, 2000s feeling. I'm sorry, but when you said Red Skull, all I could think of is Red Skull in the 70s Boy Wonder outfit. That is not okay. Don't stop thinking of that. You're gonna feel bad weird. No, no good. Don't do that. You're not gonna like that one bit. But yeah, like that would be so fucking cool. Like, I don't even like DC, and if they made that, I would sit down and watch that whole fucking cinematic universe. And just like taking the idea of like Joker beats the shit out of Robin, then Batman fails to save him, right? Well, what if you know, they take that story and instead of it being Joker, it was, you know, Deathstroke, right? Because it's adapted, right? Like, a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe adapts different stories from other heroes and stuff like that, and other versions of the heroes from their comics. It doesn't need to be a one-to-one, doesn't need to be a one-to-one to like their TV shows, right? It's influence, right? It's its own universe, right? So it could be like the Teen Titans Cinematic Universe, you know? Or that's the proper DC universe, you know? Like, that's the way that they could restart it type thing. Start with the things that like we grew up with as kids and make it fucking dark and gritty and dope, because that's what DC is known for because of Batman. Dark and gritty, right? Like, bad things happen. If it was just like rated R the whole way fucking through, right? Like, that'd be fucking dope. I mean, obviously age them up and don't call them Teen Titans, even though like, you know, it's Teen Titans, but like age them up so then you can have like adult influence in it, because people would love that, right? Because believe it or not, sex sells, right? So if you were to have like, you know, like early 20s, like Robin and Starfire hitting it off type thing, right? Like there you go, right? And you get like Beast Boy and Raven making jokes about him being a horse or something, you know? Like, it would make people lose their shit laughing. It'd be the comic relief that you need in like the dark gritty shit, right? Make it like Deadpool? No, you want it gritty. Deadpool is funny, right? You need parts where it's funny, but like you need to make like the whole series like dark and gritty. It'd be fucking cool. I would watch it. you know? It would be awesome. And then you can like really go into like the dark background of what like Raven had to deal with like her dad type thing, you know? And then like Starfire having to do with Blackfire and her just kind of ruining her life. Like you could have like an entire like TV series based around this shit, but you need to put in the funding for it. Or you make it shorter, you make it into movies. But like it would be very time consuming and difficult to do right. But if they did, they would overtake the MCU so fucking quick. Because like there's people like me, and there's a lot of people like me that do not give two fucks about Batman. But you bring Teen Titans in, hell yeah, I will watch the shit out of that. Okay, Miss Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was so fucking cool, dude. That and Static Shock. I have all of Static Shock on my computer, by the way. Because I love Static Shock so much. I would see more things with Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, or Cyborg. I love Robin, but I've seen too much of him, to be honest. Okay, but like, you would need Robin, and like, he would be a darker, grittier one, right? Because the Robin that's in Teen Titans becomes Nightwing, right? So, or if you really wanted to adapt it, you could have it so that it's actually the Robin that becomes Red Hood, instead of, you know, the one that becomes Nightwing, as part of the Teen Titans. And then like you have it as like a TV show or like a movie series, and then there could be like a time skip type thing later on, and then like you're with the rest of the Teen Titans, right? And maybe they take on like a younger Robin as like not their leader, but someone that's part of the group. And then like say like Cyborg took over as the leader of the group because, you know, he was like the most mature, right? And it sounds terrible, but he's a male, and that's just how it works in comics, you know, like women generally aren't in charge. Is that right? Absolutely fucking not. But like I wouldn't want Starfire in charge, and Raven's kind of prone to like angry outbursts, so like Cyborg seems like the best one to do it. So, and definitely not Beast Boy because he's just stupid. But like then they take on like a younger Robin, say something that happened to Batman dies. All right, cool, there you go. Like there's a new storyline, and then they go into investigate all that. Now you can go into taking on all the Batman villains and everything, right? So now you can include Harley Quinn, Joker, Scarecrow, all these fucking dope ass enemies, right? That the Teen Titans weren't normally fighting, but now you have that part of the universe involved, right? And then they end up running into Red Hood, of which is actually their friend that they find out. And then, oh man, because even though like that's not the correct one for the Teen Titans, it's adaptive, right? It doesn't need to be one-to-one. And it would be so fucking cool. I am giving DC so many fucking ideas right now, and nobody is ever gonna record it. Well, I mean, technically I'm recording it right now, but no one's gonna write it down and then give it to them. And like, it's a good idea, man. You should do it. Fucking do it. It'd be cool. You would make me into a DC fan, and I don't even like DC. All right. So I mean, easy peasy, lemony squeezy. I'm just saying. All right, like it would be cool. All right. Now I'm not like a huge fan of like Young Justice because like I never really watched much of it, but like it would more interested me than like, you know, Justice League. Because well, Justice League to me was just super fucking boring. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger because it was like on between, I don't know, there's some show that I watched and then like it was Justice League and then it was Transformers, and you know, I wanted to watch Transformers. So, and then after Transformers it was anime. So like, that's the only reason I ever watched Justice League. Because it was just between shows and I was like, all right, well I'm here already. So, that was me as a kid though. The dumb shit I used to deal with. Fuck, man, those are actually good ideas. I have those occasionally. What the hell? Like, just imagine like a dark, gritty Teen Titans, but it's not called Teen Titans. No, they could have just call it Titans, right? Or DC's Titans. And then there you go. You have it as like young 20s. That way you can have sexual content because sex sells, right? You can have like blood and gore. Make it rated like mature, like adult type thing. Like you don't want that PG-13. No. You want to like, you know, adult type shit because, you know, young people are going to watch it regardless. So you might as well make it the best way you should. Fuck the largest appealing audience. You want to sell to people with money, which is adults. So make it rated R. We'll be like, yo, shit, what? DC rated R? Hey, yo. You know, like it'd be dope. I wish they extended the OG Young Justice. It was good. Never watched it. So I saw like a little bit of it every once in a while when it was on TV when like my nephew was watching it or something when he was over. But like, I think that would be a good one, you know? We could go into like the background of different characters. You can have spin-off series of like what they did before they were part of Titans. And like, there you go. Unrelated, but did you watch X-Men Evolutions? X-Men Evolutions. I have watched a lot of X-Men stuff. I cannot remember which one that is. Was it a movie or a TV series? Because, like, if it was a TV series, probably not. I'd really want to see multiple movies or episodes focusing on each character in depth. And even giving them more character development, maybe even relationships aged up. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't call it Teen Titans. Call it, like, DC's Titans. Right? And then make them in, like, their early 20s. Give them, like, similar plot lines to what they had, but change up shit, you know? Make it more, like, animated TV series? No, I did not watch it then. Then, like, it would be, like, so fucking dope, because you could have, like, sexualized content. There you go, that's gonna sell. You can have, like, blood and gore, because that happens when you're fighting villains, you know? You can get, like, the full rundown on Robin getting the shit kicked out of him, alright? And then, you know, like, you could have, again, Deathstroke replace Joker in making him become Red Hood, because just take influence. It'd be fucking cool. X-Men movies were some of my favorite, not gonna lie. Yeah, I actually never had an issue with the X-Men movies. A lot of people did, but, like, I always enjoyed them. Like, I mean, like, some parts you're like, okay, but, like, it was, I don't know, I liked them. I thought they were neat, you know? I like dumb shit. I like interesting stuff. I remember, people didn't really like X-Men First Class. I mean, obviously it doesn't follow, like, canonical shit, but, like, it was interesting. Some of it was really fucking stupid, but, like, I enjoyed it. There was also the Origins Wolverine. That was really loved at the time that it came out, and now it's like, nobody likes it, and I'm like, what? It was fucking cool, what the hell? I'm sure if I went back and watched it, I'd probably not like it, but, like, I'm gonna, like, stick with my memory of it. And the video game was really fucking fun. What I'd imagine the characters would look like in these movies, shows. Do it up, homie. Do it up. Don't let nothing stop you from your creative expression. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I mostly just want this version of Raven more than anything. I don't give a fuck about Starfire. I might like Blackfire, but I just want to see, like, super dope looking Raven in, like, a dark, gritty story, and just being, you know, sexy because it's Raven. And, like, the comics, adult Raven is just fucking woof. Oh boy, wow. So, I mean, I want to see it as, like, an actress instead, but, like, damn, would you look at that? That's what daddy likes. You know, like, it's stupid shit. Don't mind me. Don't mind me one bit. Okie dokie. What do we want to talk about now that we've gone into weird topics? Start with Raven because she's hot. Hashtag big titty goth GF. Oh god. Accurate though. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. She's probably one of the major influences onto my childhood on why I like goth chicks. God, I'd need me a goth chick. Goddamn. Somebody please. Bring me a hot goth GF. Oh boy. Yes. Yeah, there was a lot of, like, influence into, like, probably why I liked, like, goth girls is probably just from, like, a lot of the TV shows I used to watch as a kid. And then it's just, like, as an adult, I was like, yeah, I know why. I know why. That was definitely the influence. That was, yeah. I know I had a crush on that character. Makes sense. Why do I like a girl bitching me around? I had a crush on 𝐂𝐿. Yeah, makes sense. I like being demanded to do things. Cool. You know, like, the OG goth cake and thighs. Oh, no. Oh no. That's one way to put it, I guess. I think there's something wrong with us, guys. There's definitely something fucking wrong with us. Oh no. Actually, wait, you see the sus art I made for a friend's birthday? I have not, no. Send it in the DMs, homie. I'll look at the sus. Alright, did we want to get on any other topics? You guys got anything you want to chat about? Any interesting suggestions for, like, future stream shit? Maybe, like, ideas for other things that we could do? Games you want to see me play? Content you want to see? I just want to like get back on top of shit. Yeah, we're degens. Yeah, we're definitely degens. We are absolute fucking degenerates. Also, Vex, I'm surprised. It's old lady hours for you now. How are you still awake? I'm just, how? How are you doing this? Can we maybe have a drawing stream sometime? When I get the art tablet, sure. I do art streams fairly often, where I do like, graphic design stuff. !coffee to go and see that. But like, I could do like an actual drawing art stream when I get the new drawing tablet. Because Yuki said they're gonna send that to me once they're able to. But they're just kind of dealing with a few things in life right now, like getting a new job and whatnot. Shush mental will. What? Nani? The fuck? The fuck does that mean? Yeah, if you guys, all the stuff on my coffee is free, by the way. Or pay what you want, but it's free. Though, !merch, if you don't mind. And, hey and bonjour. My oh my. Hit me with both English and French. Oh no. Banana! 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 What are you doing? My goodness, the nanners. He's raiding me. We're talking about dumb stuff that's kind of sus. Oh shit. Hi everybody, my name's Trash. I'm kind of a piece of shit. We have run out of topics to discuss. I was just talking about art things. Yeah, we were just talking about... Actually, you know what, Banana? You would be grand for this. Alright? Oh, look at the little nanners up there. Alright. Welcome though, everybody. I'm Trash Mouse. I'm kind of a dumbass. I do free art and whatnot for people and graphic design stuff. !coffee. You want to go check it out? But Banana, would you like to hop at VRChat and hang out, or are you heading to bed? Are you heading to bed? But I want to give you my quick rundown of what we were just talking about like a few minutes ago. So, Raven, Buggy, Titty, Goth, Jeff. Kind of, yeah. All right, so idea. I am not a fan of DC comics, okay? I woke up like 5 hours ago. Oh, okay, fair. So, I'm not a fan of DC comics myself, okay? Never really have been. I like the villains. I don't really like the heroes. However, I loved Teen Titans as a kid. So, my idea is, who gives a fuck about the rest of the DCU at the moment? Because I don't, alright? However, I know that there are tons of people like me that feel the same. Who cares about, like, seeing Batman and Superman again? But if you make something called DC Titans, not Teen Titans, you age them up to like their 20s, and then you make it like rated R shit, so like there's swearing, there's blood, there's gore, there's sex, right? You can have a super sexy Raven, all right? You can literally take some inspiration from like other other stories and whatnot. So the Robin that's in Teen Titans is the one that becomes Nightwing. But there's also the one that becomes Red Hood after, you know, Joker pretty much kills him, right? So if you take that Robin or whatever, instead of it being the one that becomes Nightwing, you put him in, and instead of it being Joker that damn near kills him, you take it as Deathstroke, because that's who Slate is, right? Then you could have that as a story, and then they end up taking on another Raven after like a time skip, right? Because say Batman gets killed, and now the Teen Titans are going to, well, I guess Titans, not Teen Titans now. The Titans come in to try and like avenge Batman and find out what's going on. They take care of like this young Robin that's there, and like say Cyborg is in charge now, you know? Him and Raven kind of run the show because, well, Starfire's not that smart and neither is Beast Boy, you know? So then you have them kind of take over shit, and then like, you know, later on they end up coming into terms with like fighting Red Hood, and it turns out it's their friend, and there's this whole revelation. You can have like this huge spanning movie series or TV show, dark, gritty, and it'll fit right in with how DC is with dark and gritty. I think it'd be fucking dope. Right? And I don't even like DC, but I think it'd be cool. I can hop in VR in about 10 to 15 minutes. Dope. Ayo, Banana going in? Hell yeah. I'm only here for Sexy Raven. Fair. You better watch that. You better not cry. Banana Bot is going in dry. Fuck me, man. What the hell? They already made an adult one? Okay. But it's not my exact idea what I was just giving, okay? So it's probably not as good. And I'm talking about blood, gore, seeing Raven being sexy, seeing Robin getting the shit kicked out of him by like Deathstroke, and then like he becomes Red Hood, and then he ends up maybe getting like indoctrinated by Deathstroke, who knows? And then like, you know, Cyborg and them have to like fight him, and then Starfire's on the breaks and free of it because like, you know, oh, I love you, blah 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 blah. And then like ta-da, but then there's this other Robin, and then like Red Hood ends up being like Red Hood, I guess, and then like, you know, you get like the little Robin that's now part of their team that's like, oh god, like you're my predecessor type thing, and then like Red Hood kind of becomes like the anti-hero that he normally is, and then like ta-da, there you go, easy peasy lemony squeezy, we got this shit down. All right, you can make this into like a long-running series and it'd be dope. Plus maybe I just want to see Beast Boy become a horse and Raven sitting there like, damn boy, let's go, you know, like it'd be funny, but then it'd also be kind of like, what the fuck am I watching? Is this legal? Oh no. Or even better, you just see them like go to like the bedroom, and then like you see him close the door with like an octopus tentacle. Who knows? Okay, but like someone would get the joke and it would be funny as all hell, right? Little scenes like that, you know, to break from like the dark gritty tension. Easy peasy. And you don't call them Teen Titans, you call them DC's Titans. And ta-da. Easy peasy, you got a good show. Or a movie series, whatever. Check DMs. I'm not gonna check my fucking DMs while I'm streaming, you stupid fuck. You know that. I will check it after. Yeah, and then we were just talking about like potential like art stream type shit because I make like free graphic design for stuff. And if you guys do exclamation mark merch, the teddy bear mouse pad is a thing now. Okay, I made that a thing. I was asked to, so I did. The tentacles, that would be hilarious. Exactly. Like little breaks of tension. Why the fuck not, right? I was requested to make the mouse pad as merch though, because the teddy bear thing everyone liked. So I was like, all right, cool. So that's in there now. If anyone wants a fucking giant mouse pad that's a teddy bear theme, I did that. It's a thing. I made it. Kind of proud of it. I think it was cute. Also, like the overlays and whatnot I make aren't necessarily just VTuber. You can do it without a camera. You can do it with like green screening. You can technically do it with like not doing green screen, but it wouldn't look as good, but like it'll work. So like, it's for anyone that wants to stream. I also make like animated backgrounds that are on there too. I haven't made any in a long time, but they're on there. So if you guys want animated backgrounds, they're in there. I do all sorts of free stuff for people.
Shut the fuck up, I will fucking laser you with alien fucking eyes and explode your fucking head.
Was that entertaining? Did that interest you? Did it make it interesting? Did you guys want to watch that? I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of fucking bored. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is 4:20 blaze it in the morning. I've been streaming for almost 4 hours. We might want to call it soon. Not gonna lie. I did start stream early tonight. I'm thinking starting next week, I'll probably start up the new schedule. I want to start at like 11 p.m. instead of 2 a.m. and get on top of things, start working on shit, getting things together and setting things up. So maybe we'll get back into a Minecraft again, but it won't be like for YouTube. It'll just be doing it, you know? 1.19 did come out, so we can come up with shit. Maybe we'll just take the world that we've already got, or maybe we'll make a new one. I don't know. The amount of times I've restarted and had ideas for shit for Minecraft, and then I just fall out of playing Minecraft. Time to world hop? Nah, man, probably just gonna call it.
Wow.
Banana? Oh, okay, now I understand why you did that. Yeah. I appreciate you, Nanners. Thank you, homie. Hear me out. Raven with fishnets. Don't make me have too many dirty thoughts while streaming, homie. Come on. It's too much for me to handle. I don't know if I can handle this in my current state. But Nanners, thank you, homie. I really appreciate that. Watch these and they're like, oh man, time to get a hype train started. It's like, oh shit, don't do that. Not the scam train. Keep the scam train out of my fucking streams. Oh boy. Daily sub goal at 0. We're safe. Don't worry. No scam train. Alright, yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to call streamer or if I just want to shoot the shit some longer. I did make a joke earlier saying that if someone were to like donate $300, I would quit smoking right now and I would just not smoke anymore. So that was a thing. I'm just very glad no one did that because I kind of really want to go for a fucking dirt right now. So, but it would be that cheap to make me quit. If someone made a bet with me, I'd do it. I'm just too lazy. But might end up calling it now. Depending on who is online to go and raid. Can't do a hype train from Donos? True. True, we're safe. Don't worry, boys and girls. You still want me to get on? Nanners, I might just hop off, homie. I ain't gonna lie. I might be in the Discord later, but I might. I don't know. I've been streaming for like almost 4 hours and still kind of exhausted, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did sleep for like non-stop yesterday. Is all good, homie? Yeah. Probably gonna just hop off shortly. Yeah, you know what? Let's call it. Who is on that I can toss you guys at? I'll throw you guys at 0. He's a good boy. I like him. I love him. He's a good boy. Let's make sure it's muted. Oh god. Make sure it's muted. Alright. Get past the ad. And then... that is a really weird looking ad. I don't want to... oh, it's Minions. Get the fuck out of here. Alright. Oh man, would you look at that? The Vexbot in action. So we're gonna go and raid 0. Everyone that's on YouTube, DLav and Trovo, I am sorry, but you would have to search it up yourself or just hop on over to my Twitch and you'll see that I'm hosting them. But you guys are grand. You're awesome. Here, I'll toss these in here too. If you guys want to check out my wish list of everything that I plan to get over time, it's right there. All right, that's my throne. All right. If you guys ever feel like checking out what I want to get for my streams and other stuff that I want to do, it's on there. If you do feel inclined to buy something, you can go right ahead, but I'm not going to tell you should. All right. My website is on there. Thank you so much, Vex. You can find all my social media across there. You can also join the Discord server with the link that she also provided up there. All right. And again, once more, for all those that are content creators and would like some free content, right there, free animated wallpapers and overlay packs for people. You can pay if you'd like, but you don't have to. It's at $0. All right. You guys are great. You're all fantastic. I love you. Show 0 some love. He's playing Monster Hunter Rise. And I will see you probably tomorrow. Probably. I'm hoping so. More than likely. All right. Deuces, everybody. I love you.